Yeah, thanks for reminding me to put the bots in here today.
Yeah. Oh, yep. We got friends.
Look, it's Mama Bear, it's Papa Bear, it's Fozzie Bear. Look at all those bears.
Sorry. I'm just
Yes.
nom-nomming on a delicious bagel I got today. I've never had Einstein's bagels. It's pretty dope. Pretty baller. But,
E equals MC Bagel.
excuse me. It's just so damn good, guys. But
It's so
I
damn
do
good.
not
You
want
could have
the
ate it
walkers to be
before we
taken.
started
They're
recording.
assholes already without, being
No,
taken. So, nope.
You know that clearly
But-
was never going to be a
I
possibility.
know, but
If
I'm
they
just
were to be taken, 'cause
stating
you know
the
how
obvious
Takens
that
have, like, different abilities, right?
In a world where Respawn travels and has access to
don't
new
do
and
that.
exciting bagels, he will eat
But-
them during the show.
They have one with smoked salmon. No, but I'm eating the breakfast
is he
one.
actually
It's
talking
like,
to us or is he
it's
talking
got
to chat?
eggs, bacon, sausage.
He's talking to a stream.
I don't know what sauce is
Yeah,
on here, but it's pretty
he's
good.
pushed the button to mute us, isn't he? He
The
doesn't want to
bagel
talk to
itself
us.
isn't a bagel. It's like
Most
a
likely. Now the question
like
is,
a
can
hash
they
brown
hear
that's
us?
pressed
So
into
we're
the bagel?
talking over him, talking to
Oh,
them.
it's good.
Probably.
Anyway, like I was saying though, the little chicken walkers, if they were taken, what kind of powers would they have?
He'll
Because
figure
you know
it
how
out
like
eventually.
the Cabal Phalanxes, they can like boop their shields out, and the Hobgoblin taken have those retaliatory freaking that is the end. Okay. So,
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're learning. We're realizing.
Where's that third plate at?
No,
Hello, sir.
No, he's not.
No, just
no.
kidding.
Well, they already do an AoE smash, so I mean, I would think it had to be something that they don't already do. Now, it's not like huge. Like what
We
you
could
got.
be here for quite a long time, so I just
No?
roll the titles.
So I
Probably should
mean,
just roll the titles and
Oh, well.
see what happens.
maybe like when you killed them, they would detonate and try to take you out with them. You know what I mean?
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. Dedicated in bringing you all the latest information, news, and opinions. This is the best show for new and veteran Guardians alike, where we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you succeed and enjoy playing even more. So with all that said, let me hand you over to your hosts, the Triumph Hunting Titan Nitedemon, the pink-panted pansy Peroty, and your Hunter Master Ranger, Mr. No One Respawns in Real Life!
Well, if you just joined us,
Ooh,
We're
yeah,
in progress.
Yeah.
that would be unique. I would not like that, but yes, that's a very unique ability.
Donnie, if you can hear us, please tell him that we've started talking about Destiny stuff in the show because I don't think he can hear us.
Do I have to?
We
I
take
have
you
to
live
have
to
you right.
Respawn, trying to escape
But I have to
through the
leave
portal
Yo,
And the-
you have
in
to
the
place
police
one.
in the polysemi
How
portal,
did we have one?
and now he's
That's not my clan. What the hell?
fighting his way through, trying to figure out how raid banners work and doors open.
Where's clan at?
Where
Clan.
Respawn's talking to himself, but not
Yeah,
to
what the
us.
hell? That is not my banner.
Respawn, the banner resets every single season and has for every single season.
Yeah, I mean they're already nightmare fueling GMs, especially with like void burn. So yeah,
All right, 2 respawns is too many respawns when he can't hear any of us.
that was fun. Oh my god, you're shooting me.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, "Oh my god, I've realised I've got 2 hosts sitting next to me, ready to start talking about Destiny." But no, not that.
No,
either.
I did just send him a message in chat. It's just me and Donnie.
I'll rub pop your shield.
I think he's just deliberately ignoring us. That's what it is.
Hey, Peroty, why do you feel sad, bud? I'm in here in the chat. Are you not in the chat with me? I don't hear you.
No, you don't hear us.
Is my audio all jacked up because of my laptop? Are you actually talking to me and I just don't hear you?
Well, yeah, we're talking to you.
1 second. Let me see if I can find a place that's relatively safe.
Did I download that?
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, he has no idea we're here. But we've made it through. At least we have a direct line to the Twitch chat to remind him that we're doing a podcast as well.
There we go.
Yeah. And now
hear people.
And now I see the green bar lighting up.
Oh,
The
that's
green
good.
bar is lit. What do you mean you see? You can't hear me?
I can hear you. But the problem
Yes.
was you couldn't hear us. So we were having a lovely time listening to you talk to Donnie.
Yeah.
But
About
it was just a
bagels.
one-way conversation, yeah. About your bagel experiences.
Yo, these bagels are pretty dope.
Yeah, we
don't talk
heard.
about the bagels. Yeah.
We heard.
You know, we're on top of it.
Are you on top of it? Did you remember to talk to the Bears today? Are the Bears here?
Yes.
Okay. Peroty is all like, wait, you mean like at all? I mean like, yeah, at all.
like Respawn sat and the same thing we've done for 250 some odd episodes and just decided this week, let's let it ride. Why would we need them? Do they even play an active role? They have never contributed once.
Well,
They've barely said anything except for now recording. That's really all they ever contribute. They don't have opinions. They don't have thoughts. I don't even know what characters they play.
The best part. Ow, 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 ow. This is not fun solo. I'm sorry. This is not fun solo.
It wasn't too bad solo.
I didn't say it's bad. I said it's not fun.
Well, that's different.
So, a lot of stuff happening in Bungo this week, and Don is upsetty spaghetti that you're not talking about he's upsetty spaghetti that you keep promising a toaster ornament.
No.
And we don't have one.
No, I don't promise a toaster ornament. He keeps asking where the toaster is. So last week I posted my sparrow, my toaster sparrow, just to keep him happy, just to appease him.
He doesn't sound happy or appeased though. So
I noticed that, yeah. If he's contacting you live on the show, yeah, he's not happy. Does he know that I don't actually work at Bungie though? I have no control over this.
I don't think he knows that. I think you should though. Honestly,
there's no way to tell at this point. You could.
Yeah.
I could, and I could lie to you.
I mean, some people were invited to Bungie. Some people who were there for years are no longer there. There's no way to tell who works there anymore. Maintain the mystery.
Oh my god! If I die, does it start over? It probably does, huh? Yeah, this is a no spawning zone.
Yes. Oh yeah, that bit with the Hydra. Yeah.
Help me.
Welcome to the show this week. As you've joined us, Respawn is in the middle of finishing off his story mission this week, and Peroty has decided to return and grace us with his presence and do all the reading this week, while Respawn and I sit back and just throw out opinions.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that sounds right. We even, I think, have a Respawn report roundup this week.
I saw that.
Somebody
mega Respawn's report roundup.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to need at least 2 glasses of water to get through this. Somebody over there, I mean, credit where it's due. They found somebody who has both the information and the login to Twitter, and was just like, hey, we could tell you things.
I think it's the same person that runs the Destiny 2 help. Is running the Destiny 2 teams now, because it was like stuff on help, stuff on teams, stuff on help, stuff on teams. It's like
retweet teams from help. Haha.
Good stuff.
By our powers combined. Yeah. So
we are Captain Menace.
We appreciate you, Bungie, telling us things and giving us feedback and reassuring us that no, you don't have to live in the blind well because you spent a lot of time in the blind well in the past, and maybe you're not super excited to do it again.
Blind well now, though. I was actually quite happy to see it. The only sad thing was that I actually dismantled all of my blind well trinkets so that I had nothing to start any of the blind wells off.
Stop. You
God.
Who never deletes anything deleted your blind well trinket. You have a goddamn toothbrush from 9 years ago.
Yes, but I can't get
blind well tokens.
I can't get the toothbrush back again, but I could get those stupid blind well tier 1, 2, and 3 and the super one anytime I wanted. I can just go and visit Petra or the little skulls in Dreaming City and go, give me more stuff, and it will give me more stuff. It wasn't like it was stuff that was kind of disappeared and won't ever be back into my inventory. Yeah, I don't mind dismantling things that I know I can get back.
Like keys.
The problem is
so many keys.
They'll hold you to a certain standard, and they know you as the guy that never deletes anything. And you've gone and deleted something.
We're saying that I had to start this season. I had to start this season with doing vault management. It was terrible. I spent an hour and a half before I could even play the game doing vault management. No, it's not funny.
A little bit.
That sounds about right, because that's what we would really just like, Bungie. Just give us more vault space and quality of life updates. But we'll get to that.
See, what I did is at the end of the last season, I did all my management because there's nothing left in the season to get.
Normally I do, but I did have challenges to complete to get my large pile of bright dust before the end of the season. And I started going down the route of I was so far into generating orbs in Gambit, Strikes, and Crucible. I think I was at something like 60%. at the beginning of last week, and I was like, I can do this. I can do this by the end of, because I'll just go and play some strikes, and I'll stick on generating orbs. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, hang on a minute. I've played X amount of Iron Banners, and so I've reset my Crucible rank about 4 times this season. Reset my Iron Banner rank 3 times, and I'm still at only 60%. And I'm like, I must have popped a super and generated an orb and killed a lot of people in Iron Banners and everything else. I'm like, how am I only at 60%? And then I realized it goes so slow. And I was like, it's going to be quicker if I go into Gambit and just do the Gambit one, because the Gambit one was just go and get kills. And I was like, I can do that one.
You can slaughter people en masse. You can become the warlord.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I had already played Gambit, but there was just an outstanding Gambit one, and I was thinking, I think it was generate orbs of power in Gambit, and I was thinking, well, that one's going to be a lot quicker than generating over a season, because I think that was week 2 or week 1, that first one, generating orbs of power, and I'm like, if I haven't done it since week 1 and I've played a lot of Crucible, then yeah, I think I'm going to have to give up on that. And I managed to get it done, log off, and then literally the servers went down. I was like, thank God for that. I'd managed to do all my challenges. I was that far behind with my challenges.
That's where I ended up, because really, like, this in the last week or 2 of the season, I was like, I'm nowhere near the large pile of bright dust. It's not worth it. I'm not going to sit here and grind through silly things. And it was all like I knew I wasn't interested in going to trials. I wasn't going to get a GM done. But then I got on, because I can never remember when I need to spend all my engrams from various places.
Yeah.
And I stupidly hoard them to the end of the season, because I'm like, I don't need anything out of this anyway.
Yeah.
I did get some absolutely nutty Warlock armor rolls at the end of the season.
Saw that.
So I wanted. Well, I mean, to be fair, I was turning in like 400 engrams.
Yeah.
Because I had like 99 at the solar station or the sonar station, and like all of those other vendors were. Yes, I know people are screaming, you could have kept those. Yeah, I could have, but I was already maxed out. I'll get more. Don't worry about it.
Not just that.
So I was just getting like loads of armor, because I'm like, I don't need weapons. So I was getting like Warlock armor, because I just did all my Warlock. Because although they're about at parity at this point of how many pieces of armor I have available to each. The Titan doesn't need any more high stat armor at the moment. But now the Warlock really doesn't need any, because I was getting like double 20s or like a 28 and a 20 roll in stats I actually care about.
Yeah.
So that was all good fun. But then I realized I was like, I'm only like 3 or 4 away from the large pile of bright dust. So I could just go like do a couple more spires, or, go head to the moon and just, do bounties on lost sectors on the moon. So I ended up like sitting up late the night before the end of the season, going, all right, let me finish this off. Let me get this done. Which, of course, took much longer than I wanted it to. But got it done, got it there going. You think you're done, you think you're out, and the game pulls you right back in and goes, but you could have bright dust. You could buy emotes, and then you'd have more emotes.
Yeah.
But he's being modest, because for those of you that either don't have access to the Discord because you are a pleb and you haven't even tried, or you haven't seen the Discord, Peroty was posting his pictures. Now, Respawn has a couple of triple 100s, right? But most of my triple and quad 100s are like what you see right here. I have 100, and then like a 70 and a 70. And then I'll use the mod to boost me up to 30 to give me quad 100s, right? But Peroty's like, oh, look at this. 100, 100, 100. Not 101, not 99. Exactly 100. And everything else was what? 2 or 20 or something? And every other stat. I mean, it was textbook. It's like he went in there and edited himself to get like perfect stats on everything. And I was like, that's dirty.
Because D2 armor picker's like, listen, I got you. I just throw piles. I had a Ballador's Wrathweaver's Warlock Gauntlet drop with 28 recovery and 26 discipline. Like it's just stupid. I had those veiled tithe robes, 29 recovery, 20 discipline, 67 overall. Like nothing, anything else, but numbers where I want them to be, so I can match them with the things going. Well, I have a bunch of high resilience gear. I've basically been running the discipline armor mod like for the last 2 or 3 seasons, because I ran like the resilience one for the first couple of seasons. So I have loads of high resilience armor So now I'm doing discipline going, you'll give me resilience or recovery. It'll all work out in the end. Because mobility, strength, and intellect exist, but I don't really care about those. So yeah, it's always a good trade-off. But this season, I've told myself I'm going to actually start trying to turn these engrams in before the end of the season, so I don't have massive piles left. But it still may happen.
But didn't you also have triple 100s on your Titan? Or
Oh, yeah. No. There's I mean, like I said, that's why I was doing this on the Warlock. The Titan's done. Like the Titan's guys have triple 100s where he needs them. We're very happy on the Titan side. The Warlock I didn't have enough. Just didn't have that many armor pieces. Period in the vault. And the Hunter we don't talk about. I think the Hunter has a set of clothes, but that's about it. Because again, there's no vault space.
The funny thing that you just said there was that you were going to make sure that you turn all your engrams in before the end of the season. Now, do you know when this season ends?
The current season or the season that just ended?
This season we're currently in.
Like 6 months long now in March?
I do officially.
Yeah. Go on then.
March,
yeah.
I knew a thing! Ha!
And then we're going to get 4 months of quality of life updates. Nothing but 4 months of bug fixes and quality of life updates. Bungie, this is my plea to you. We don't need new content. We don't need new things to tide us over. We don't need a new adventure to go on. Spend the 4 months getting your house in order. Mm-hmm. You want to pull people to the game? That's how you do it. You want people to have a great experience? That's how you do it. You want people to go, hey, we got this game for Christmas. It's amazing. That's how you do it. Spend the time improving the core of this game that, people have already said, hey, we've been here for a decade. We're not really sure what happens after that. The next new exciting expansion is fine, is great. Spend time on that for sure. Give that to us, late 2024, 2025. But get the game in order in this long season. You've got the time. You've got a time where people are already, no matter what you put out, it could be the absolute most phenomenal content in the world, and people are already going to step away from it because they said, listen, I gave you 10 years. We're going to take a break.
Yeah. 10 years yet? Has it?
Well, next September.
Yeah, I mean, it will have been 10 years at that point. Basically saying, I've been along for the ride for that whole time. We're stepping away from this. So no matter what, you're going to see the player base dip. No matter what, you're going to see the numbers go down.
Yeah.
Give it some time. Get your house in order. Get the game's core really, really solid. Then come out with the banger content. Then drop the first episode on us and blow our socks off.
So explain to the people, if they don't know, if they've been sleeping under a rock for at least the last month, explain to people what is the worst kept secret in the industry, about Bungie at the moment. And final shape.
That it has been delayed until June 4th, 2024. Now, to Nighdemon's point, the current season of The Wish ends in March. So, on time, sort of as it was supposed to. But we're going to have, something put in that 4 month gap between the two. What is it going to be? Something. But
saying that, though, we don't actually know if when it does end, it ends like a proper end of the season, like you have to turn in all your engrams, the helm will be cleared out for 4 months, it'll just be empty, or we will still have access to X, Y, and Z from the last, couple of seasons to then do up until the final shape. We're not sure. Nobody's sure. Are we sure? Do you know? I don't know.
Nobody knows. I'm not even sure Bungie knows.
No.
I'm not even sure what we're talking about.
You know who knows, though? Jason Schreier knows. That man knows. He did a bit on the ball.
Yeah. But we did get a video from Joe Blackburn, the game director, this week, just explaining that it needs more time to cook, which we would have been fine with. If they'd come out last August and said, oh, by the way, we're not going to be able to release this in February like every other expansion that we've had. We need a bit more time. Maybe push it to like April. And then get to now and go, April's a bit too soon. Maybe we can push it to June. Give us an extra, I think people would have been fine. I think it was because it was such a dirty little secret of, all these content creators and like the news outlets had found out about it. And we're not 100% sure whether it was due to the layoffs, but that could have had an effect at people saying things when they were getting laid off, that they knew that this was the thing that was going around. But yeah, it's like honesty would have been the best policy from the get-go to say, or even just put it out there to start off with and see how the community reacted, because I think the community would have been a little bit more receptive and accepting of people saying, or Bungie saying, oh, by the way, this isn't going to be like February, it's going to be X, Y, and Z. And we're going to give you, seasons, and then we're going to be looking at maybe filling in some time before then. So, you've got some time to go off and play other games and come back and enjoy the final shape. That, I think, would have been a better strategy. What do you think?
Agreed. And to have the news come right on the tail of all of the layoffs and things was already like, things aren't great. Hey, things are further not great, but don't worry. There's no delay. Like, things are going to be fine. So we're all going, you're going to delay it. Just tell us. Like you said, this is the worst kept secret in all of gaming. It was always going to happen, especially if you're going, we laid a bunch of people off, but don't worry. We're sure we can, make this massive undertaking still successful. No, you can't. So at least we know officially now and can stop saying, well, it's been reported, but not officially confirmed. No, we're there. It's been officially confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Joe Blackburn did go on to explain that the PvP map pack that they've been working on will be coming out soon, and it will feature maps set on Europa, New Muna, and the Pyramid Ship, and they're roughly the size of Javelin 4. So they wanted to avoid the long ranges maps like we've had before. But then I've heard that the Citadel that has come back in this season is looking very, very good compared to the one that we had, which was the arcadey looking one that we had last season that was very big.
The multiplex, the big Vex one.
Yeah.
Where the sparrows were working, which gave us the sparrow control mode.
Yeah. So we're going to be getting, was it Guardian Games? We're going to be getting Moments of Triumph pushed up early as well because of the gap in between Final Shape and the end of this season. So there will be stuff to do. And I was talking to Noble this week while I was playing the game, and we were just kind of throwing things out there, and we were like, if Bungie had got to the point where they knew that they couldn't deliver that season until June, what would you have liked to have seen to kind of come back to kind of maybe fill the gap? And one of the things that we kind of came up with was the idea of maybe bringing back a Red War campaign, but a legendary version, put some champions in there, put something in there for people to get, like an emblem, or be able to kind of play what they've missed out on. Like the new players coming in don't know the Red War campaign. We do, but make it a bit more challenging. Give us something to do, maybe high scores, etc., etc. Bring the stuff that you put in the vault back that you could just put in the game and maybe tweak slightly. Also saying that with the Revelry, where we had I can't remember exactly what the Revelry was, apart from that was the thing that we got the Arbalist from. Maybe put that back in the game and have different rewards for that. And then the ultimate pinnacle of bringing things back.
Crimson Doubles.
No, not Crimson Doubles. It was on the tip of my tongue then. It was the Reckoning. Bring back the Reckoning, because I could see that would be a very, very good thing to put back into and revitalize Gambit in some way. Because if we had that and they brought back maybe Gambit Prime or a version of Gambit Prime that we could play and the original Gambit with a couple of rounds, maybe it would revitalize people's ideas of playing Gambit. Because when we had Destiny 2 originally, this is one of the core pillars, and that core pillar seems to be rotting away in the corner that nobody wants to kind of talk about. I mean, yes, we've got a few updates and it feels really, really good, but it is still missing something, isn't it, Peroty?
All the people that worked on Gambit that no longer work for Bungie.
Yeah.
What
would you like to see if they were going to improve it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that would love to see that, but I know they've already said we can barely deliver on PvP without making a big effort on it. Gambit is good as dead. I've given up all hope or all optimism that anything will ever come to Gambit. It's just going to sit there and rot until they turn the servers off, or until they eventually go, we're just going to remove it completely because we're just done with it. No, I mean, I sort of touched on it at the top of the show. I was sort of talking to Noble about the same thing, going, I feel bad, moaning about this game that I'm going to sit here and put tons of hours into still anyway.
Yeah.
But like again, like I'm playing with people, you know, and that's what it was the point he was making too. It's like I'm playing with people, not for the game itself, because you're going, oh, you're throwing new armor at me, you're throwing new weapons at me. Yeah, unless it's like particularly good armor or like one of a handful of rolls or something, or a weapon type I'm looking for, I don't care. I just delete 90% of what I get off the bat going, I don't need this. I don't want this. I don't care about this. But yeah, I mean, just quality of life updates. Like, I would love you to spend the time improving the core gameplays, the things we have to interact with over and over and over again. I would love to see a glimmer cap increase.
Yeah.
I'm going to say everyone's two favorite words: vault space. You want me to play a looter shooter? I need a place to put the loot that I shoot to get. Otherwise, what's the point of giving me loot if I can't put it anywhere? I would love just better sorting and filtering for the vault. Did you guys remember you could get to the vault from orbit? Or did you hit something on your D-pad in orbit and going, oh, look, it's my vault? Right,
I don't have a D-pad.
That's a thing. Well, D-pad or whatever. Well, you have a D-pad on your computer. It's just on the right side. Yeah, I mean, just a little bit better sorting and filtering for the vault. Like, again, I'm glad I can get to my vault. I wish I could say, like, hey, here's the weapon I have or the weapon type I have. Show me complementary weapons. Show me if I have identical versions of this in the vault. Just give me something more than here's a way to get to your vault. And we said the same thing when they were talking about it launching. It's a good first step. I can get to it without having to go to a kiosk in the tower. It's a good first step. Take it further. Shaders, emotes. Let me filter them. I'm happy I can put them as favorites now. I'm happy I have some level to do something with them. Let me text search for the name of the shader or the emote. Let me do something. Let me hide a bunch of these ones. All these blue emotes I'm never going to use. I don't need 11 pages of emotes going. I think it was a purple one, but it might be a gold one, and it's somewhere in this list. And now I have to just go hunting for it.
Or since you're on emotes, right? Make the emotes have the colors that the armor is actually going to look like. Jocarina, first one that comes to mind, but it's definitely not the only one. All black and gray, but you get a fluorescent freaking blue. I don't mind it having the fluorescent blue.
That's the good secret part about it.
But it should be on the shader if it has it.
That's the cool part about it. It's the secret. It's the secret sauce to it. But yeah, I mean,
might be dark flannel, might be bright green flannel. You never know. It's just going to be flannel.
But that's the thing with this gap that we've now kind of got with between season 23 and the final shape, is that it would have been nice to see like the Revelry come back, the Reckoning come back, Crimson Doubles, like you mentioned, because if not only put Crimson Doubles or just have doubles in the game, have a month of doubles or even a 2-week event. I know they're like very short events. A 2-week event of doubles. See how many people can complete a Grandmaster Nightfall with a fire team of 2. I mean, I know Esoteric has no issue with 1 player, but some of us would struggle with 2. Put Trials doubles, Crimson doubles. The game is endless with, make like you can go into a game mode with doubles and give people triumphs give them something for doing that for 2 weeks. Have a doubles, a doubles fortnight or something, because for 2 weeks. And the Reckoning was a fantastic thing of like a mini kind of horde mode from getting from one end of the bridge to the other end of the bridge, or not even that, but before that, and just have the tier 3 available and just pile champions. And if people can get to the end and defeat the boss, give them something for it. Enhancement cores, enhancement prisms, a bit like you've done with the Blind Well. I played the Blind Well about 5 times, just kept playing it over and over again because people just kept putting in the coins. And I was getting like about 5 or 6 enhancement cores. And I think that was brilliant, because if I do a couple of runs, they're not hard to do, even though they've stacked up the difficulty. It's just,
I didn't notice the difference.
It's slightly difficult, because I remember when, even back, like, not last season, but the season before, if I ventured in there with my hunter, and the enemies that are in there this week, which are I think is it the Vex ones? The ones that you need. There's 3 kind of on that tier 3, isn't there? And they're kind of invisible or kind of shielded, and you have to kill the the mini champion to pick up the ball to then be able to damage the end boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I would be able to blade barrage, take down the shield, and then blade barrage again and kill them. This time it wasn't as simple, so they have put the damage up a little bit, or they've done something. But it's like with that they're showering you with loot in that, and it would be nice to see other things come back. Just even if it was for a week, the reckoning for a week, and see if people can attain that, or the revelry for a week. I mean, when they're bringing back Guardian games, they're going to make it different this time again, and it's going to revitalize focus on class versus class competition. So last year was quite good with how they did it, but it
wasn't.
It was better than what they had.
Okay, better does not mean good. Okay, we need to distinguish that right now. If something is better, but it's still it doesn't mean it's good. Okay. The whole thing, they cannot get it right. They've tried for years and years and years, and they can't get it right. I understand the idea behind it, and I know they want to, but they just can't get it right. The numbers will never be even, right? And especially for the hunters haven't had a good reason to actually put forth effort since maybe one of the first 3, maybe? I don't know, it's been a while, but the loot's just not worth it. The armor's not worth it. I mean, in my opinion, I haven't got a full set of maxed out revelry armor in the last 3 or 4 seasons. Or I don't know. It might have been longer than that. I know I only got it the first 2 seasons. And after that, I was just like, it's not worth it.
What revelry?
Not revelry. Guardian Games armor. Sorry.
It's just ornaments, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry. I got confused. But, the thing is, competing against hunters against everybody else. If the numbers were true and the hunters had loot to chase after, you couldn't touch the hunters. There's just too many of them, right? So then they mess with the numbers to try to make it fair.
Maybe that's what they're doing this time. They're going to make it fair.
How?
They changed Crucible last time. Remember, you could go in with full fire teams of hunters versus titans and warlocks, and they never gave us the numbers.
That's true, but we know who won, don't we?
Overall, the Guardian games, yeah, but that may have had nothing to do with the Crucible side of it. So maybe they're going to be doing that, more focus on that you have to be a specific class. Maybe they're going to force you to actually pick a specific class for those 3 weeks, and you can only play as your Titan, your Warlock, or your Hunter. You can't skip around. You won't be able to kind of pick up whatever pack it is to say that you're participating in the Guardian games. You can still go and play your other characters, but anything that you generate on those will not be kind of ported across to the others, because you could go and play on your Hunter, you could play on your Warlock and hold the things and turn them in on your Titan. It was ridiculous how it's kind of not fair.
Yeah, I mean, that right there opens up a whole nother bag of worms, which again goes back to my point about how you just can't make it fair. You can't, man. Even if they did what you said and you pick a character and you stay on that character, who's to say that 90% of people aren't going to play Hunter? Obviously, I'm inflating the numbers, but who's to say that 90% of people aren't going to play Hunters, 8% play Titans, and the rest play Warlock? So
maybe the way that they're going to have to do it this time is that everybody registers one specific class and they play as that one specific class. You can't alternate, as I said. But once they've got the numbers in of who's going to be playing Titan, who's going to be playing Hunter, you have to pre-register, like you do for many kind of things, and then that way they can weight whichever kind of if there's too many hunters, they could weight it so that it is equal for whatever so whoever actually does win.
I remember when they tried that last time, that didn't work out.
Yeah, but that's because I don't think they realized that people would then just kind of play all, everybody be on their Titans and things like that. It was just it was unfair the way that it was, because they weighted it before they got in there. They assumed the amount of hunters that would play based on the amount of hunters that they've got on the record, basically. But what they need is a pre-booking system of this is how many people have pre-registered to play, and if you don't register by this date or you don't click the button by this date, you're not in the Guardian games, and your points won't go towards whichever class. I think that's the only way they're going to have to do it, is that they're going to have to see who's going to be playing as what beforehand to then weight it appropriately.
I mean, whatever they do, I don't see a winning strategy here. I think it was a good idea, but no matter
It
how
sounds like
you
you're
play
just
it out
giving
on
up before
paper,
you've even got in there. Give it a
well,
chance.
no, I've given it a chance for how many years now?
Only 3.
Yeah, well, I mean that's 3 strikes you're out, homeboy. All right.
No, if that were the case, you wouldn't still be here doing a podcast.
I mean, with you. I mean, let's be fair here. I've been here for more shows than both of you probably combined. I got it.
No.
Yes.
But who's done more work to prepare for the shows and know what's going on
Hey,
in the game? to talk
it
about?
takes a lot of work to be as beautiful as me, okay?
If we're going to be going down that route, I can tell you that I have personally been
You
involved
and
with
far and away.
every single episode.
Mm-hmm.
For
Mhm.
editing. But you know what?
There you go.
The editors aren't as famous.
The hard
okay?
work.
The guy on the camera and the guy on the mic, all right? Who knows an editor's name? Anybody? Anybody? No! Oh, man. It's nutty here. I'm cold.
But the most interesting thing kind of came at the end of the video with Joe Blackburn, and I'm getting back to that now, is that he says, ultimately, we're trying to get towards April and May, and we're going to be talking a bit more about the new period in Destiny we're calling Destiny 2 Into the Light. So he did say that this...
But we just left the light in the dark.
No.
We're supposed to be done. I don't want to walk into the light. It's just a train.
That's at the tunnel. Don't say anything about a tunnel parody.
Okay.
I think it's going to be more like trying to get new lights involved in the game more.
And you know how you can do that?
Go on.
Fix the core mechanics of your game.
Oh, that. I thought you were talking to us.
Let me apply the entire set of ornaments.
Let me upplay.
Yeah, I'm very good at words today. It's been a good week.
Yeah,
let me take the ornament I want to apply and say I have the other 3 or 4, depending if I'm wearing an exotic. Let me apply all of them at once without having to go remember what the name of the butt cape is to go with the rest of the armor, because of course it's a different name, and now you have to figure out which of the 97 you have is. Just let me hit a button to do all of them, like I could do shaders. Just let me get everything looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately it's... I'm not entirely sure what this Into the Light's going to be, but it sounds like from his perspective of getting people prepared for the final shape. So whether that's new players coming in now or even closer to the final shape, and us as veteran players getting us ready. I don't know how you can get us ready. We're kind of already ready. There's people, chomping at the bit and just ready to get going and finish the story. But it's definitely not one of those things that's for new players. I mean, there's a starter bundle for that, isn't there, Peroty?
Well, there was.
Oh, there was. Yes, there was at the beginning of the week.
There was a starter bundle for that, and then there was not a starter bundle for that.
Did they already take it offline?
They did, yes. It only took a couple of days, but it was or 30 hours or so. But yes, the Destiny 2 starter bundle, which was available at the beginning of the week, included the Traveler's Chosen exotic sidearm, the Ruinous Effigy, there's a trace rifle, isn't it? The Sleeper Simulant exotic linear fusion rifle, an exotic ship, exotic sparrow, and ghost shell with 125,000 glimmer, 50 enhancement cores, 5 enhancement prisms, and 1 ascendant shard.
So I didn't look into it, right?
No, I didn't. And it was only kind of as it was kind of tailing off that they'd said, it's really popping off on Steam now. People are really commenting on it. And I think Destiny Bulletin put out a couple of tweets to say, yeah, you might want to go and check what people are commenting about your starter pack over on Steam.
Your $15 starter pack.
Man, people that have played gacha games, $15 for a starter pack is like standard. 10, 15, sometimes $20, right?
Well, right.
No, are they getting good things in the starter pack though, right? So they're getting
that's the question.
The Ruinous Effigy, which is it's a really good exotic. It's not really the meta, especially in a solar season, but it's really good and it's a fun exotic, right? They have a sparrow that I don't even have yet. They have a ship that I think I have. And they had another exotic weapon. What was the other exotic weapon?
The sidearm.
The sidearm. So they're getting 2 exotics. Sidearms, a ship and a sparrow.
3 exotics.
Right?
You're getting the Traveler's Chosen, Ruinous Effigy, and Sleeper Simulant.
Okay, so the Sleeper Simulant and the Traveler's Chosen are really good. especially in Traveler's Chosen, especially in this
I'm
economy.
going to stop you there, Respawn.
What?
And I'm just going to point out to you that you could earn all of this in-game without no muss, no fuss.
Yes, but that's why it's called a starter pack and not a you can't get this otherwise pack, right?
Yes,
Every starter pack is something you can get in-game, dude.
Do you need this, though, to get started in the game? You don't.
You never need a starter pack. I mean, I don't know if you guys have played gacha games, but everything you get in a starter pack,
nobody's got to me.
everything you get in a starter pack is things you can get in game, dude. It all is.
Right. It's paying to get there instead of playing to get there.
Exactly. You're just getting a head start, especially for a new player, you know? Instead of the new player going through and they don't know how to get these too. Keep that in mind, right? So it's giving them a leg up. That way they can see what kind of things the game has to offer them right out the gate, and then they can go from there, you know? So I don't see a problem with it. Like, is it the price? Is it what's in the pack? What's the problem?
It's such a weird collection of weaponry. I mean, like the sidearm, I can make a case for in a season where we have sidearm champion mods.
Yeah,
and then a trace rifle, which fine, but like I think if you're new to the game, I'm not sure I would put a trace rifle in your hands and be like, play with this, you'll really enjoy it. Oh, you're out of ammo already. I understand you just picked it up and you just touched it. Yeah, I know you're out of ammo. That's fine. And then I mean, and the sleeper, the sleeper's not a bad weapon, but like. We're in a season of rockets, so maybe give someone a good, fun rocket launcher to play with instead of the sleeper. Because, I don't know.
But do you remember when we first got trace rifles? How we're all like, "Oh my god, we got a laser!" You know?
That ran out of ammo in 3 seconds, and I went back to my auto rifle, going, "This is basically the same thing."
Whatever. You got a laser, okay? You got a freaking laser beam.
All you need now is a shark and something to attach it to its head, and you're all set.
Mm-hmm. But the point I was making is, I don't see what the people's problem is. Is it that now it's like they don't have to work for it like we all did? Is it like a salty kind of thing? Because the price isn't bad, what you get in the bundle isn't bad. So what's the problem?
I'm gonna guess now. Again, I'm not on Steam, and I also know that they've put all of the Steam things on sale. I wonder how far does my $15 go on Steam right now? If I was going to buy, I don't know, actual game content versus this one-time bundle. Like, does $15 get me, a bunch of the old content? Could I basically clean up and buy most of the old content of this game to have unlocked and play for me for somewhere around $20?
Sure.
Probably. And then the $15 looks a lot more silly. And again, it's like, I understand the starter pack. It just seems like, one, coming at a weird time where people are already saying, and have been saying, we understand you need the money, Bungie. But like, look at your offerings and go, let's make this make sense of how to actually buy old parts of the game versus going, here's a pack you could buy. It's like, no. Apparently they deleted it for, quote, not bringing joy, for what it's worth. Yeah, no, there's no joy.
Yeah.
No, there was no joy. It just seems like a weird pack. But I think, to your point, I think people were more upset with, again, what does $15 get you versus what does 20 get you or whatever? Because
because I think
because everything is on sale right now.
Yeah, so the people I think were saying you could buy an expansion and get exotics whilst doing the expansion for less than this, and it makes no sense because that would have been better to point people in that direction and say, if you want to start playing Destiny, here's where you need to start, and here's a whatever to kind of get going. Here's an expansion of this at a reduced price to get you into the game. That would have been better.
I can buy Lightfall and the annual pass right now for $40.
Mm-hmm.
The 30th anniversary pack, $6. Shadowkeep,
but
$6. Forsaken, $5.
They can get the expansion or the starter pack. That's the vibe I'm getting from you. They can do both if they want to.
If I'm looking at this game and going, I can buy this starter pack or this, year of content for a little more money. Like like I'm talking about because I'm going, well, if I can earn these things in game, I would say to my friend, hey, are these the weapons I want? Like, is it worth buying this pack to get these weapons? Or should I buy a pack
our
to
opinion,
get gameplay?
We've been playing the game.
Well,
But
right,
a new
that's what I'm
player
saying.
that's just getting that starter pack with those exotics is going to look pretty good. Can you get in the game? Absolutely. Nobody's denying that. It's not a matter of availability. It's a matter of how easy and or hard it would be to get in game, as opposed to just spending IRL money and getting it and having a really good head start in a game that you might enjoy even more now.
I'm not sure those weapons would. I mean, if it were me coming to this game, the way I play this game, none of those weapons would excite me at all.
Traveler's Chosen, that's the one that when you kill somebody and you hold the reload, it gives you ability energy, right?
You can make the case all you want. I'm still going to look at. I'm going to look at a sidearm, a trace rifle, and the sleeper, and go. Those are not the archetypes of weapons I want to.
How would you know that?
Because I'm going to look. I'm going to look up. If I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to at least take 30 seconds and go, what are these weapons? Or again, if I'm sitting here looking at this page full of Destiny 2 content to buy on Steam, I'm going to ask my buddy who plays Destiny 2, which is the entire reason I'm even looking at spending money on this game, and saying, is this worth it? Hey, I've got money to burn. What would you buy? Hey, I have all these different expansions that mean nothing to me. What would I, do I spend $9.89 on the Witch Queen? Do I spend $5 on the Forsaken pack? Do I spend the $40 on Lightfall plus the annual pass?
Yes.
What do I buy? Well, that's the thing. It's like, and that's the thing. It's like, or do I spend? Again, if things weren't, and things are currently discounted 67 and to 75% off, and Lightfall 60% off. So, things are less expensive. Yeah, normally Witch Queen is $40. Destiny 2, Lightfall, and the annual pass is normally $100. Now it's $40. So if you're going to put a $15, I think now is not the time to put your $15 pack of things up with everything massively discounted. Because again, it is a game of war. It's saying maybe I've only got $20 to spend. I've got $30. Hey, I got my birthday money, and I've got a shiny new $20 bill. What do I want to go do with it? That's not, or just it's this economy. I'm not spending money I don't have to. Why would I buy this?
Okay, the economy is a whole different story, but just like the availability, I don't see a problem with the pack. You want to buy the pack? Buy the pack. You don't want to buy the pack? Don't buy the damn pack. There's no reason to pitch a bitch about it online because you don't think that the pack is worth it, or you don't think that there's enough in it, or whatever. Don't get it, But there's other people out there that would love a head start, man. And now by taking that offline, who knows how many people it's affected that actually maybe wanted to have all of the things, They're new to the game, just like any other game, and they want as much crap as they can get out the door as soon as they can, man. The complaints are just too much. Unless there's a legit reason, unless it's too expensive, or I don't know. But what the reasons that we've been talking about right now, I don't think are good enough reasons for people to be pitching this much of a complaint about it. In my opinion, right? It's an optional thing. Now, if they said you had to buy it, now we're talking a different story. But you don't have to buy it. It's optional. Leave it up there for people to complain. So a bunch of people are complaining. They're giving it bad reviews or whatever the hell they're saying on Steam. And those are probably veterans that already have all this crap. If my son wanted to jump on and play and he wanted to get as close as he can to where dad is in the game, he let him get the starter pack. Let him get,
It wouldn't get you close to where you are in the game at all. It wouldn't get anybody close to where anybody is in the game.
Yeah, but in a kid's mind, he's getting stuff, dude.
So you're saying it's fine to con children out of their parents' money to get the starter pack?
Isn't that what every video game is inherently?
Yes, but I think that's the point, is that people don't want that from Bungie. They don't want this underhanded tactics of just getting our money for
What's
X,
the
Y, and
difference
Z.
Between that and Eververse?
Because if they start doing it now with selling weapons, what's the point of actually playing the game?
They said 1 million years ago, we're going to sell you cosmetics and not weaponry.
But it's a pay to win, though.
Does this cross? Yeah, 100%.
Why?
You are buying a weapon.
You can get it in the game.
You are buying a weapon you did not currently have. Currently, there is no way to buy a weapon outright. This is flat out. I'm going to give you money in exchange for weaponry.
DLC pre-orders. You're buying the weapons flat out.
No, you are. Well, yes, but you are also playing the game to get them.
you log in. After you paid the money, the only playing you do is you log in, and it's right there on your season pass the second you log in. What's the difference, Peroty?
It's just the weaponry.
Uh-huh.
Which, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you. It's a line they've already long past crossed.
Yeah.
But it is literally, we're going to straight up sell you weapons, which is a thing we said we wouldn't do. Yes, we're going to sell you a pre-order that'll come with additional content as a carrot to go, hey, pre-order this thing, buy this thing, give us more of your money, and now you'll have this new thing at the moment it drops.
No,
you're buying that with the season. You're not just. It would be different if I was just buying the Quicksilver Storm, period, full stop, versus the Quicksilver Storm and Lightfall.
Mm-hmm.
And again, and to your point, I don't have to buy anything to get the Quicksilver Storm. I can just play the game, and eventually it will come to me.
Right.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is a reenactment of what happened on Twitter and the Destiny subreddits this week.
And scene. It does seem weird that they just flat out pulled it, though. Like, I could see the.
Yeah, that's my point. Is why
the backlash? It just seems weird that you've pulled it because, again, if you need money, it's a way to get money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, have you seen the best way to get some money? I know a lot of people are upset about this.
Eververse.
In Eververse this season. But in Eververse this season, there is a bundle of 4 shaders, and 2 of them are animated.
What?
I know.
Oh, you mean no? Hold on. You mean like the Forge animated?
Got him.
They are animated. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Let me just.
No, but like, remember the Forge shaders? How they would have like the waves going across the shader kind of stuff. Remember that?
Respawn. They're all going to have some iridescent blue somewhere in them.
Not iridescent. Like it actually moved. It was actually moving, and yeah.
I understand. I'm making the joke that when you buy them, they're all going to have some sort of terrible color that's not on the shader when you apply it.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like when he says animated, what is he referring to? Is he referring to like the armory kind of animation, or is it like something I haven't seen? Because I didn't see that pack that you're talking about.
Have you not?
I haven't.
Oh.
I was like, have you looked? Because I haven't looked. It's too early in the season to look at Everlure. Well, that's why you haven't seen it yet. So tell us about the pack.
We have a Blaze, which is a kind of fire shader. It gives you a kind of a flame effect on your armor. It looks like proper flames on there.
What?
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm in the middle of a thing, season. But I'm going to look in the store. Hold up.
I believe there's Long Journeys and Neon Splash with, I think the other one, is it Minimalism?
What page is it on? Is it on the first page?
If you go on the first page, you're greeted with the final shape. But if you tab across a couple of them, it'll give you the new stuff of the season. And have you seen the dragon stuff yet, Respawn?
Yes.
Oh my god!
I've already wasted my money.
So, but yeah, if you tab along past the dragon stuff, there are the pack of 4 shaders for some silver this season. And in that, I believe a Blaze is the one of the animated ones, and Neon Splash is the other, and then we have Long Journeys and Minimalism.
Minimalism. How close to that is your Dead Orbit ideal, Respawn?
Is my what?
How close to your Dead Orbit ideal is Minimalism? Because it looks
not at all. It's white. It's a freaking white shader. Yeah. Or really light gray, but yeah, it's not black at all. Oh my god!
Black and white on the tin. What is it when you apply it? Iridescent blue.
It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh card pack. For those of you that know, it's like you have red, Blue Eyes White Dragon on the cover, but inside you get Saggy the Duck Clown. So it's like it's not the same, man. But yeah, anyway, no, I immediately. I don't even have the Geralt armor yet. I immediately bought the Dragon Sparrow and the Dragon Chip. And my wife saw like,
not the Ghost.
What are these? I didn't see a Dragon Ghost. They have a Dragon Ghost?
You didn't buy the whole pack? There's a whole pack.
No, I bought the individuals. I didn't see a pack, man.
There's a pack. They do it as a whole pack. Oh, bless you.
You can buy the rest of the pack, and it will be prorated for what you already own.
It'll discount you.
for when you excitedly buy part of the pack and then are sad that you didn't buy the full pack.
Look, you don't show me one dragon at a time and then be like, oh, by the way, at the end of the page, there's a whole pack of dragons. No, you show me the pack of dragons first. You make me waste my money, and then you tell me I could have done it individually. That's how you make money, Bungie.
No, they've done it the other way around.
Oh
You
my
just paid
god!
through the whole pack.
As soon as I saw that, I thought, "Oh, bless him! He's always wanted dragons, and now he gets dragons in the game." Have you got the dragon ghost? The little projection.
Oh, the projection. No.
There's a dragon ghost projection.
Man, I haven't really explored the store. I just saw the freaking armor, and I saw the sparrow, and I saw the not the plane. What the hell do we call it? A ship. I saw the ship.
You saw the plane. You saw the plane, the car. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me stand in this light so I don't get killed from the black stuff encroaching on me. All right, store. Here we go. All right, let's see what. I feel like somebody's shooting me, but I don't care.
Someone's definitely shooting you, but that's okay. That's their problem.
Surprise.
You have commerce to undertake.
This is what happens when we leave the door open. People just surprise us.
Well, the door
Okay,
is locked. You just gave them the
I've
key
been
and
giving Respawn a warning over and over and over, but he never responded.
Respawn doesn't read or respond. Come on now.
Respawn said Hawkslay wants to join the show, and that was it.
Respawn got sidetracked by dragons in
Yes.
our own homeland.
It's entirely your fault.
I told Respawn, I said, hey, I'm going to join unless you say don't.
No, he missed that bit out.
Yeah. Also, I don't have that authority. I can't say yay or nay. So.
You can. You are one of three. You can say yes or no.
Yeah, but I
You
get
don't
yelled at. So.
I mean, I never heard the safety word, so I just went ahead and went for it.
Squirrel!
Oh
Fair
god. Have you ever seen Dragon Ball Z Abridged? They're like,
Yes.
don't we have a safety word? Yes, but it was lost to time.
By the way, there's an ongoing joke that in 2020 the safety word was Worcestershire sauce, but nobody could pronounce it properly.
Well, actually, you're wrong because we had somebody come on this show and educate us on exactly how to say it. Do I remember? Absolutely not. But he was here.
Was it after 2020?
I have no idea. No, it was somebody from England. It was an English-speaking person.
I'm from England. I'm an English-speaking person.
Yeah, but there's a different one.
Oh,
There was one who actually sounds English, like a proper British gentleman. Yeah.
nobody speaks like Mary Poppins over here. Trust me.
I'm not sure how we got from time of 2020 to geography in England. I'm just going to assume light years were involved.
Worcestershire, I think is how he pronounced Worcestershire, because it's a shire, like the hobbits.
It's Worcestershire.
Yes.
It's Worcestershire.
I don't believe you.
No, it's Worcestershire sauce.
I believe the guy that actually lives there, honestly.
Anyway, so Hawkslay, welcome to the show. We are just showing Respawn what he can get in the Eververse store with animated shaders and dragons. There's an abundance of dragon stuff in the Eververse
I've been
store.
watching on Twitch, so I've been keeping up with y'all.
Fair. Do you now have all the dragons respawn?
No, I am 100 silver short, and I'm not going to purchase it while I'm streaming because bank info.
Why wouldn't
So,
you
in
just
other words-
enter your credit card information on stream? I don't see the
I was
problem
about to
here.
say,
I completely trust all of you guys inherently. Yes.
Do it on your phone via the app.
I don't even know how to do that.
Anyway,
I'm
So, yeah.
Steam, not Xbox, bro. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
oh, bless you. Well, you can do it via the Steam app, can't you?
No, you can't make
No.
any purchase in the Steam app, as far as I'm aware.
really? Okay.
Oh, the
I
Steam
said
phone
as
app,
far
I
as
guess.
I'm aware.
I was like, there's a whole store in the Steam app on the computer, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's about to pop in and say, well, actually, I have to do this. Do this.
Well, given the collaborations that we've had over the past year with like Assassin's Creed and now The Witcher, I'm so hopeful at some point that somebody has listened to the show and they are going to put a Gears of War collaboration into Destiny. And I'm just going to blow all my silver to look like one of those characters. I don't care which character it is. I just want to have the cog armor in Destiny. I will throw money at the screen.
That would
Since
be
you brought it up,
delicious.
has anybody besides me in here played any of the Witcher games?
My wife has completed The Witcher 3 over and over again, over and over and over
Have
and
you
over
watched
again.
me play it? Have you?
Yeah.
Do you know like the lore of the game?
No, don't be silly.
Ah,
Never played it, never watched it, aware
So-
it exists.
Look,
so the
I
Witcher,
introduced her to The Witcher on Netflix. I watched 20 minutes of one episode before I had to go to work. I came back from work and she'd watched about 5 episodes, so I was way behind. And then she watched the whole series without me, and then watched the next series without me. And I think I caught like the last episode of the last one. I was like, I thought this was a thing that we were going to be doing together. And she was like,
I know I
yeah.
talk a lot of smack about your wife, but she really is a good woman who clearly has phenomenal taste, except when it comes to Destiny, right? Because it's a great TV show up until the last season and like the last episode. Mostly because Henry Cavill is a huge nerd gamer, and
Yeah,
he was
knows it.
constantly
Look,
fighting with them to try to
she
make them
knows.
more.
She knows.
I'm talking to you. I know she knows. She's not here.
Well, she knows, and I know, because if she knows, I know. I know the whole story without even watching it.
But the thing about in-game Destiny now, back to Destiny, and the Witcher content is we all know Mara Sov gets hers when she wants it. She made a wish at the Wish Dragon to have Shaxx appear in front of her to get hers. You know what I'm saying? So when Mara wants something, Mara gets something.
Yeah, but then Mara this week made a silly mistake and actually made a wish offhand comment.
Yeah, but hold on. Don't jump ahead. Let me finish my point, then we can jump ahead. Okay. The thing that I found hilarious is that in the game, in the TV series, whatever, you see this big wooden tub that Geralt's always bathing in, right? And Mara has that tub right under where she's sitting in the game.
I wondered where this was going with the Witcher thing.
Yeah. So, like, Mara has already wished the Witcher to come visit her. If he shows up in-game with Mara, I will buy every DLC that Destiny has, full stop, from this point forward.
I don't think that's going to be the case. But did you know that's also an exotic emote that you can have?
That's exactly where I went. I said, there's a hot tub. I've got my hot tub. I'm going to put my hot tub into that hot tub, and then we win.
What?
While I was witnessing the conversation, I was like, I have my hot tub
in
emote.
A hot tub?
Yeah. I've got my hot tub emote. I put it right in the hot tub. I was like, I'm going to watch this conversation in my hot tub and your hot tub.
Nice.
And really, if you want the Witcher to show up in the game with Mara, that's kind of on you to buy the armor and show up. I mean, that's sort of on you at this point.
I can't buy the gosh damn armor because the only people that get to be Geralt are the freaking Titans. Don't get me started on that.
Be a Titan then.
All right? No.
You can, you just won't. That's different.
Yeah.
No.
No one's stopping you.
You can't. No. You shut your mouth. Okay. You can't be Geralt in the game. Full stop. All right.
Well, seeing as we're already here talking about Season of the Wish, how is everybody enjoying their new season? Because it's looking pretty tasty, and the weapons out there are looking very nice, and the reprised ones are looking nice, and the content is looking cool. And even if you do have to go and do blind well or not do the blind well, because Bungie say you don't have to, it's all looking pretty good, and I'm enjoying what I've kind of done.
So you're saying bish bash bosh?
Yeah. Bit of Jamie Oliver, bish bash bosh.
Oh God.
Cool. So, are you enjoying your new season?
I actually just started playing it like just now because I finally decided to stop being a lazy piece of crap and actually update it.
Join me, you rotten, dirty scoundrel.
So, from the limited time that you have played it, enjoyment level, is it a yay or an A?
I'd definitely give it a yay. But granted, I am kind of biased because I'm a Destiny nerd, and this is the only game I play.
Definitely a nerd.
What do we think about continuing to amass our enemies in the helm to eventually take all of our enemies, put them all in the helm, smash the helm into the witness, and then win the game via kamikaze?
Oh, highly approve.
I want to know whose job it is at the end of like each 4 seasons to clear out that helm, because there was a lot of treasure to clean up last time. There was dead robots. There was a crown which had fungus all over the place, and it just was clean. Is Sweeperbot working overtime to clean that? Because now we have other stuff in there.
We have a lot of
Sweeperbot
other stuff in there.
Does a lot of good work. I just want to echo what Pan was saying when we were playing the other day. Why are we inviting the enemies of humanity into our homes? Why are they on the helm? Why are they in the tower? Why are we inviting all the enemies? Why do we have an undead wish dragon now in the helm? Why are we inviting them all in? If not to collect them all and then smash them into the witness.
Okay, so first of all, clearly you forgot what happened last time we tried to take ships to the
catch
witness.
them all.
At a wave of his hand, he disintegrated the ship. Okay? So you ain't smashing anything into the witness. You're going to be space dust long before you reach them. Okay?
Win-win. So all my enemies are space dust in the ship. Win-win.
Okay. That's a fair point. I thought you were going to be on the ship.
No. Come on now.
Who's driving the ship?
One of the people we're going to talk to about, hey, meet up with us over here. You take this ship. We'll meet you in our ship. It'll all be good.
You be better off trying to get 100. Be like, yo, Kate is in that big ball with the triangle. Just drive the ship and everybody on it in there, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
I mean, Cade.
I mean, honestly, it could be my hunter. He's done nothing for years, so he'd just be excited to have a part to play in anything.
Oh my god, you poor hunter. But talking about hunters and things like that, I told Micah, I was like, dude, I'm actually looking forward to Iron Banner. He goes, that's not a thing. I'm like,
really?
I know.
Do tell.
I need details.
Glaring reason that I want to go into the Iron Banner. So everybody knows my personality. I'm into silly, goofy stuff, right? And the fact that the Iron Banner has an iron banana emblem.
Are you kidding me?
No. It's got
I
iron
have been
banana
waiting for this for so long.
Yeah. So I will play as much as I need to play until I get that emblem, and then I'm out. But I'm looking forward to getting it. And I will rock it with some level of pride once I get it. I'm telling you.
Until something cooler pops up.
I mean, look how long I had the laser tag weekend up. I had that on until Telesto came out. That was years. And now I've had Telesto on the whole time until the Iron Banana comes out. And who knows how long I'm going to have that on until something. So until something cooler comes out, yes, if something cooler comes out. So,
I mean, it will eventually.
Not if they keep shooting themselves in the foot, it won't.
Although, to be fair, their art team has been doing great work. The Iron Banner stuff especially has just gotten better and better season over season. And now that they finally hit Iron Banana stage, the true end game is finally upon us. We finally have the true Iron Banana. But seriously, but like the wolf one, like the wolf eyes are in the red, like the big giant, Iron Banner icon from last season, really, really good. The flaming wolves from a bunch of seasons back, like the Iron Banner emblems have mostly been very good. There've been one or two, and I'm going, I see what you're going for here, but no.
I'm still waiting on a dragon emblem. If we got all this dragon stuff in the game right now, we have the Witcher finisher, we have Dragon Ship, Dragon Sparrow, Dragon Ghost, we have a shader that puts dragon flames on you, right? Can I get a dragon emblem? The game is 9 years old, and I've yet to see a dragon emblem. Like, what about this one? It's not a dragon. It looks like a dragon, but it's not a dragon.
It's like a wannabe dragon.
Barely, Just give me a dragon. I mean, okay, so who was it? It was one of the Iron Lords, I think, right? They made an Ahamkara wish to turn that Ahamkara into a dragon, right? And this is in the lore. And the other Titan,
aren't they already dragons?
No,
this is not even like aren't they wish dragons? Isn't that what they are?
No, we call them dragons because of like
we don't have any better word.
Sure, yeah,
Makes sense.
Like they made a wish with the Ahamkara to have that Ahamkara transform into a dragon, and it was a Titan. I do remember this. And the female Titan that was with him was like, why did you wish for it to become a dragon? He goes, how can you consider yourself a knight if you've never slain a dragon? Right?
That
So-
sounds like some serious Cade.
It's
Fair.
not Cade. These were two Titans that did this. I remember. I don't
I-
remember who. I know one of them was an
And
Iron Lord, right?
I
That's
know,
all
but that's
remember.
something that he would say, though.
No, it's absolutely something he would say. Sure enough, but like, my point is like, if we're gonna have all this dragon paraphernalia, we need to have a dragon emblem. We've never had a dragon emblem, and that's one of the few times I'm gonna agree with a Titan. How do we not slay a dragon? Give me a dragon emblem. Give me a way to kill a dragon. Give me whatever. Just let me have a dragon emblem with all this other dragon stuff in the game right now. Can that be a thing? And not an Ahamkara dragon, like a dragon, fire dragon, or ice dragon, whatever. Just a dragon, a wyvern. I'd be happy with a wyvern at this point.
We've
Jesus.
got like 7 months, so I mean, the odds seem pretty good that at some point we'll get some dragon artwork.
I mean, you say that, but we've
Just
had 9
saying.
years up to this point.
Yeah, but clearly we're entering silly goofy mood Destiny with the Iron Banana and whatever else they come out with.
Yeah.
I finally got to play Relic the other day, since they just never brought Relic back last season. They just forgot about it entirely as a thing. So I was like, I'm gonna go play some Relic. Relic is nutty.
Yep.
Relic is
It's fun. It's
is
fun.
mayhem on a different level, because you're like, oh, I'm doing pretty well. And then a man with a spear nukes you from orbit. Or a man with a shield walks up to you and says, hi, you look like a harpy in Volta Glass. You're dead now. It's good times. I really enjoyed it. I've only played like 2 or 3 matches of it, but I was like, okay, it's up this week. I need to play it before they take it away, because it may never come back, because they cannot be trusted. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Like, what was
happy
good about it? Like,
Just-
like the Relic shield, does it actually protect you from all sides or just the front? I mean,
I wouldn't know, because there's way too many people with way too many relics to really know what's going to save you. And I don't know what the tier list is of Synaptic Spear to Big Giant Flamey Hammer of Death versus Relic Shield. It's basically you run around and shoot each other, and then there's a little, it's just very similar to the control zone. A little thing will pop up and it'll be like, hey, get to the kiosk, grab yourself a relic.
Well,
And
I can tell you from this week's
Mhm.
update of 7.3.0 that in Relic, initial order of relics given out is now random per match. They've added temporary overshields when picking up a relic from the relic depot. The maximum number of relics deposited decreased from 4 to 3. They've added new voice lines, so you may have heard new voice lines if you played the original one. Players will tend to spawn near teammate relic holders, and score to win increased from 150 to 175. They've tuned the shield, so the angular velocity of super projectiles tuned down from 43 to 30. The multiplier on damage tuned from 0.3 to 0.75. Increased the shield super regen from 3% per second to 5% per second. And they've decreased the shield bubble regen from 15 seconds to 10. And increased the full uptime from 7 seconds to 10 seconds. The spear, they've tuned the ammo from 21 to 33. The scythe, they decreased the scythe ammo from 45 to 38. The passive relic charge increased from 1% every 5 seconds to 2% every 5 seconds. They've increased the relic charge gain from player loadout kills and the players who dealt the final blow to get an additional charge. All damaged participant players receive 10%. The player who dealt the final blow gets an additional 15%. And the removed teammates gained relic charge from the relic depot interaction. There you go. That's what they've done in Relic.
So some things were better, some things were worse. But yeah, it's basically like running around. It's not quite full mayhem with everybody having supers, but we're going and having gunfights, and then all hell breaks loose. And it's really good fun. Again, like it's meant to be more of a party mode, and it is. Like you can think you're doing really well, and then you get nuked from orbit by a guy with a spear across the map. So it's just, I'm gonna walk in with 5 of my best friends, fight 6 other randos, and we're all gonna murder each other, and it's good fun. So I'm glad it's back and I got a chance to play it, because I was actually looking forward to at the end of last season, because we were supposed to have it for a number of weeks until the end of the year, or until the end of that season. And they were just like, we're just going to forget Relic exists. So I was a little worried it just wouldn't come back. They'd be like, yeah, we didn't care for Relic, and now it's just gone forever.
Well, something else that they brought back, especially for I think it's in 3v, yeah, especially for 3v3 this season, is Showdown. So something that's been missing, I think, since I was looking online, I think 2020, I think it was the last time that we saw it, because it was in the game when we first had the game, it's out of the game, it's back in the game, and it's out of the game, and now it's back in the game. So that's going to be around next week. And I suppose as I'm here telling you about stuff for next week, shall I just tell you in 3 minutes or under what's happening next week in Destiny?
As long as you don't have to do it right now.
No, because I haven't finished writing the script for it now.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. This is your weekly rundown of Season 23, Week 2, Season of the Wish. The Dreaming City this week is at a weak curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Strand, and has the Broken Courier mission for the next week. The Blind Well features Scorn enemies and the Plagues, Sicarus and Varicus. The Ascendant challenge this week will be the Agonon's Abyss, which can be located over in the Bay of Drowned Wishes Lost sector. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is Beyond. The TWAB Guardian is located in Archer's Line, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Jax, Claws of Seaver Wrath at the Hellmouth. Nightmare hunts Skolus, Pride, Omnigul, Anguish, and Zydron Servitude. On Europa this week, Credis the Dark Priestess will be the Empire Hunt, Eventide Ruins will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Survival. Days of Eternity Legendary rounds are Cabal, Taken, and Crota. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Wild Hunt armor set will be available in Days of Eternity with Weapon Set 1. Arsenic Bite 4B, Blast Batu, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, Escape Velocity, Giant 7 Rifle, Friction Fire, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, and Timeline's Vertex. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Cunning, Altar of Reflection's Catalyst, and Altar of Reflection's Pact. The Lightfall weekly mission is First Contact, the Partition mission will be Backdoor, and the Vex incursion this week will be Zephyr Concourse. The Crota's End Raid challenge this week is the 4th encounter, Crota, Son of Oryx, called All for One. The Root of Nightmares raid challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Cataclysm, called Illuminated Torment. The Kingsfall raid challenge this week is the 4th encounter, Daughters of Oryx, called Under Construction. The Vow the Disciple challenge this week is the 2nd encounter, The Caretaker, called Base Information. The Vault of Glass challenge this week is the 5th encounter, Atheon, called In Symbol's Refrain. The Deepstone Crypt challenge this week is the 4th encounter, Tanix, called The Core 4. And the Last Wish challenge this week is the 4th encounter, Vault, called Keep Out. Your pinnacle raid will be the Garden of Salvation over on the Moon, which means all challenges will be available for each encounter. The pinnacle dungeon will be the Spire of the Watcher over on the Throne World. And the exotic mission rotator will be Presage, with the Dead Man's Tower exotic scout rifle being the main reward. The Season of the Haunted and opulent weapon sets, plus the Eidolon Pursuant armor set. This week's challenges are Wish Seeker 2, Inner Fires, Foes of the Dragon Taken, Dragon's Defender 2, Absolutely Stunning, The Sun's Fire, and Precision Calibration. Also, with this being a new season, we will have a legendary Lost Sector shakeup, meaning we won't know the order of the Lost Sectors until we've had a full rotation. But this season will see the introduction of Gunsmith engrams, as well as a selection of Foundry weapons for completing Legend and Master Lost Sectors while solo, with Legend being a 70% chance to Master being 100%, assuming the Guardian is thorough enough to leave no champion standing. Thorough completions on Master difficulty will also have the advantage of weapons dropping an additional perk in either the 3rd or 4th column. The weapons available from the Lost Sectors are grouped into 4 weapons per day over 4 days, and after the 4th day the cycle repeats back to the first set. Our second featured Nightfall will see us face off against Hymix in the birthplace of the Vial over on the Throne World. Lord Shaxx brings Clash to the Party Relentless playlist for the 2nd week of the season, Showdown in the 3v3 playlist, and Relic in Crucible Labs, with Iron Banner Tribute in the 6v6 playlist. This week we'll also see double XP across all Crucible game modes, including Iron Banner. And that's it for the 2nd week of Season of the Wish.
That's what's happening next week. And Showdown is effectively Clash with rounds. 2 teams must duke it out to obtain as many kills as possible, and whichever team gets the more rounds, more kills in the round win. The first team to win 3 rounds is the winner. So, yeah, it's just a whole lot of murdering each other. At least that's what the sort of was from a while back. So hopefully it's about the same as 2020, and if they change it, then it'll be changed, and you'll get to find out what it is then. Because really, it's the best Destiny mode because there is no objective to play, which no one's going to play anyway. So it's a win-win all around. You know what else is a win all around? I got a Psi Hermatic to drop this week that I've been sort of low-key hunting because I'd heard it was supposed to be very good with kill clip, elemental capacitor, accurized rounds, and chamber compensator. It's fun. I likes it.
That's the Pulse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stasis Pulse. So I was having a good time with it. Again, that's kind of why I went into Crucible at all this week. I wasn't really planning on it going. Well, you gave me this gun that Dim tells me I should take into PvP on controllers, so I did, and it's good times. I like it. I'm happy I got one to drop because it's sort of that same slower firing archetype like the Messenger, but it's got a perfect 100 recoil direction, 28 in the mag, and I can just sit back and go, I'm going to murder your faces, or at least partially murder your faces, and let somebody slide shotgun you to finish you off.
Yeah, slide shotgun. Michael was under the impression you couldn't slide shotgun. I was like, no, you can still slide shotgun melee. You just can't slide shotgun empowered melee. Which, let's be honest, if you slide shotgun, any melee will finish the job at that point.
Strong breeze will finish the job.
Was that? Strong grenades will finish at that point, you said?
Oh, a strong breeze. A strong breeze will finish you off.
Yeah, it's like, well, you can't empower melee. Why would you want to? You don't need it. If anything, you're wasting your empowered melee charge when the dude was going to die anyway. Like, why?
Yeah, it's like giving 150 damage it hits for a 30 damage opponent.
If that.
Yeah, if that.
Your critical health is what? Just like 30 or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Who freaking knows?
No, I think it's 30
until the target stops moving.
Yeah.
And then
there's that good old Titan mentality. Punch him till he stops moving.
Mm-hmm. The beating will continue until morale improves. Morale has improved once the moving stops.
I like that. The beating will continue until morale approves. Are you sure you're Marine in past life, Peroty? Because that's a pretty Marine thing to say right there, bud.
Have you really never encountered that saying?
Squirrel!
No. Wait, that's a saying? I thought you just made that up.
No, that's a saying. I've actually heard that before.
No, I definitely made that up on the fly. Yep. And the stories we could tell. Yeah. No, the beatings will continue until morale improves. Definitely on plenty of merch and different things. A lot of pirate themed merch found in Florida.
Yeah. Either that or keep firing until the long nap begins.
Now that one I've heard.
Well, there you go.
Oh, the long nap.
On me.
Yeah, I've heard the long nap. I've also heard a long walk with a short stop.
Oh,
long walk with a short plank.
How about going night in the forever box?
No, but that was pretty obvious though. The things we say just to talk about homicide without actually talking about homicide.
Well, I'm about to unalive this conversation and move on to this week in Destiny.
Yeah,
for the 30th of November, 2023 land. Because it's the first twit of the season. The final shape release update was updated, and now we know it's delayed. We had a trailer and a launch recap, so that happened. Crucible playlists are getting updated. Iron Banner returns in banana form December 5th. So basically, as you hear this, it's almost here. A new dungeon awaits all of us. The Savathun Spire of Savings event is on. It's a December to remember. And there's a player support report, and then movies and art of the week. Oh, so many sales, so many deals. Happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the things.
Final Shape was delayed, and Joe Blackburn told us things, which we already told you about.
I was going to say...
How's your feeling on this, Hawkslay3r? Are you worried about it, or are you happy that they've actually said that they need more time and it'll give you a bit of breathing room to play other games or this game, complete stuff? That's what I'm thinking. It's giving me more time to complete. But what's your thinking?
Not only that, but I'm happy for the transparency rather than them waiting to say something right up until it's time. And then right whenever you're ready to play it, they say, oh, hey, it's going to be a delay. I'm happy they're going ahead and telling us this now. That way we can do whatever it is that we're going to do, play other games, complete other activities, and then whenever we come closer to time, hopefully they'll have an update before then. But I would much rather know what's going on in the present rather than find out that they've been having issues this entire time, like February, whenever it was originally supposed to come out.
So do you believe that when they say they're going to take more time and give us a more polished version of the game, do you believe that that's going to happen?
I want to say a more polished version in their definition and a more polished version in our definition are two completely different things.
Because they've said this before. This has happened before where they've had to delay things.
Wasn't it Witch Queen?
Either that or the Ruined King, one of them.
Or
but
both.
The Ruined King. Where is that DLC? Where's the Ruined King?
Is that not a thing?
No.
Oh, well.
You did put words together. They were close. Good try.
It sounds Destiny-ish, right?
No, I think it was the Witch Queen,
It does.
wasn't it? Because we went from a September kind of / beginning of October release to then being February to then February, and it was like, oh no. Or was it before that? Was Beyond Light delayed?
I feel like everything has been delayed at one point or
Yeah,
another.
maybe they have. Yeah, I give up now.
Yeah, but I want to say that the Witch Queen was probably the gnarliest delay.
So apparently that's a League of Legends thing. I don't play League of Legends. How the hell do I know what the Ruined King is?
Because you're a nerd.
I don't play League of Legends. What the hell?
Injured your brain at some point.
Yeah, Respawn, you're a nerd, and that's why you know that.
I heard it from one of you. That's what happened. I blame you guys.
No.
That's why I accept responsibility for my own actions when I can blame somebody else.
That sounds right.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, what were we talking about while I looked that up? I'm sorry.
Nitedemon was asking me about my opinion on the matter.
Oh, yeah. That happened.
Yeah. And
Yawn!
What do we think about Dragon's Breath? Have we understood how to use it? Have we blown ourselves up with it? Have we let a nice little flaming puddle?
I watched Fallout play with it, and he told me what I needed to do with it, and he told me it could be a very good weapon if I get the catalyst and unlock the catalyst, and he would give me an update once he's done it so that I didn't have to then rush to get it done before him. So I'm waiting on that video.
Well, that's very
But
kind.
yeah, it's fun. It is fun.
I'm pretty sure I have that one queued to watch because I was going to get to things this week and of course did not.
I will tell you though, do not stand near it when you fire it because it will kill you. You will frozen team.
Don't stand near a
yourself.
rocket launcher before you release the rocket? Who knew?
Or don't walk near the spitting fire thing because I'm sure that still hurts you as well.
Well,
I've killed
does it or
myself
does it
plenty
not?
of times with it.
You said you're sure it does. Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
So,
there you go.
I was watching Cool Guy's video that just said PSA, treat Dragon's Breath like anarchy.
Okay. Good to know.
Which I've never had. So I've treated it by looking at it longingly going, oh, that seems fancy. But now I have the Dragon's Breath. So now it's better. And then Bungie emailed me and told me apparently I got the Dragon's Breath back in 2015 originally. Going, well, that's good. Now I have it again. I really need to watch the Fallout video because I'm going, I've used this, but I don't think it's working how I expect it to work.
Oh, anarchy. But wait, anarchy doesn't kill you, though. So why would you treat it like anarchy? You can walk all through the little buzzes, and it's not going to kill you.
Probably in the way that it, like, area of control sets things on fire versus buzzes is what he meant.
Oh, okay. He was talking about like if you could kill yourself in the fire and then you like treat it like anarchy, and I didn't process like wait anarchy what is that? And I had to double check and yeah no it's a zippity zappity grenade launcher that you would have a very hard time killing yourself with even if you tried. Now I thought Wardcliffe coil that's a whole different story right there. That thing will kill you. I'm so jealous of people that can use that effectively. Right? They're like, pew, 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 and everybody dies that they're pointing at, and they walk away. And me, I could be in the middle of an open field in a prairie with nothing but me and the boss, and that anarchy will still kill me. No, not anarchy. The Wardcliffe coil will still kill me. It's like, oh, it hit a water molecule in the air. That's what killed you. What?
There was an actual real life moth, not a hive moth, just a little moth that was flying near you, and now you're dead.
I hate that damn rocket launcher. I swear to God. And they're like, doing Spire the Stars back when that was still a thing. They're like, yeah, everybody bring the Wardcliffe coil. I'm like, okay, but what if we don't?
But hear me out. No.
Yeah, I mean, like, how many revives do we have? Do we have enough? Because I'm gonna die every damage phase. I promise you. Oh goodness. But aside from that, there's no exotic armor this season. Did y'all see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking. I went in and I was like, okay, what kind of exotic armor am I looking for? What is it? Nothing. No hunter, no warlock, no nothing. No exotic armor. And I'm like, we got those in every season, right? At least one piece?
Nope. I can confirm, nope. And nobody really kicked up a fuss about it last time it happened. And I believe it was 2 seasons ago. We didn't get an exotic in the Lost Sectors.
Well, I'm not kicking up a fuss about it because, whatever.
Which makes sense. Which makes sense because the team that built 2 seasons ago would have been the one that built this one. Don't they kind of frog leap each other? So I say that they don't put enough effort in.
I agree.
Slackers.
I mean, to be fair,
that's part of the
I haven't.
Is you're looking forward to that armor though. So I mean, I'm with him.
Yeah, but have you touched the armor from last season?
Absolutely.
No.
I have the Titan one, and I'm not even sure I have the Warlock one. I don't remember which one it was. So there's some I just haven't bothered to get because I'm going, I don't care. Like, I'll care eventually.
Just because it's
it'll
not
drop
good
at some point.
they shouldn't drop more though. Just improve. Come on now. But the weapons though, the exotic.
I've got plenty of exotic armor.
Have you seen Astrocross's video on the sidearm?
The new Warlock Ruins side or the Warlord's Ruin sidearm?
The crossbow sidearm. Whatever the hell that's called.
Well, I don't know. So no, I haven't seen it. So you're gonna have to tell me what it is because there's a rocket. There's apparently a rocket sidearm coming from the Warlord's Ruin dungeon.
No, it's not a rocket. The whoever leaked it or whatever got it wrong. It's not a rocket. It's a crossbow.
Well, Bungie says one more thing: rocket's pistol. So there is a rocket pistol somewhere in the game that Bungie's telling you about from the Warlord's Ruin.
Okay, that might be another exotic that I don't know about, but I know the exotic drop from the final encounter is a sidearm that looks like a crossbow with a void star at the end of it. And what it does is it fires 2 crossbow bolts at once. It's a special, so no, you don't get infinite ammo. It's a special, and it shoots 2 bolts at once, and the bolts have tracking. And when you kill somebody with it, you get just a little bit of health back, just a smidge. Just like a smidgen of health, just a taste of health, right? And it'll 2-shot in Crucible as long as you're not being shot. Because the handling on this thing is a nightmare. The second you get shot, you're not hitting anybody until they stop shooting you. I mean, that's just it, right?
So that's the buried bloodline.
Yes.
The sidearm.
Yes, it is.
That looks like a crossbow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the consensus, at least it was in Astrocross's chat, is that Bungie is using this to test a new weapon archetype, which is in the future going to be handheld crossbows. Because we have bows in the game, we have all kinds of stuff, and this is potentially playtesting for a new weapon archetype in the future, and they're going to see how it plays out. So there's that. I mean, in PvE, it looks like it'll be fun because when you get like rapid, I think it's like rapid precision hits, just hits, I think, it'll give you Devour, right? And even though Devour's been nerfed, if you can get Devour on a weapon in addition to your kit, that's going to be pretty good, And on top of that, whenever you kill something, you get a little bit of health back even without the Devour active. So the weapon heals you in addition to giving you Devour, and it's got a degree of tracking with it. So all in all, it looks like a fun gun to play with, but with my RNG and dungeons, I'll have that in about 3 or 4 years. So,
You'll have that right before the final shape. You'll be all set.
No, I'll have it after the final shape. I'll have it the week before Xur sells it. But yeah, so I do think that's pretty cool, but that's the only thing that I know. Is there actually a sidearm rocket launcher? Were you being facetious about that?
I'm pretty sure that's what they're referring to, that weapon, when they say rocket pistol, but I don't know, because I haven't been in the dungeon yet. Have you been in the dungeon yet?
No, I watched a walkthrough, and it does not look fun. It doesn't look fun at all. It's basically the Last Wish without being the Last Wish, and harder, because it's only 3 people instead of 6. So, yay.
Good times.
Uh-huh.
So we've got a Crucible playlist update, which
That's
took me a while to kind of read and try and figure out to kind of explain. So basically, where they said that they were going to have the 6v6 control node, which would just rotate through checkmate control, sparrow control, regular control, they've decided to walk back on that one. They've decided, no, at the moment, that's all we can do, but we're going to walk it back because you guys have complained so much that you love your original 6v6 control, which we do. We did point this out, Bungie. We did say that this was going to be coming. So they are going to make a change to the control node to make a selectable drop-down node, I'm guessing, to say that if you don't want to play like Sparrow control that week, you can drop down and play regular control. Just original vanilla version of control. So that's good. Momentum control will not feature in the control node playlist, but it will cycle through the quick play, which is the party relentless playlist. And clarification, checkmate control will be the only featured mode in control node for the first 5 weeks of the season, after which you can find it in Checkmate Labs. How do we feel about that?
So 5 weeks of checkmate control and then different checkmates is what they're saying?
Well,
allegedly.
Well, no, wasn't it regular control? They said. I'd have to go back and look. Regular control, Sparrow control, checkmate control, with the three that they were kind of rotate. But if at the moment they can't kind of put the regular control as a drop down node, it's something they're going to have to work on. But they will let us know when they've done it so that we can then play it. But yeah, it was going to rotate through like 3 or 4 different modes of control. But now it looks like control will be in the background that you can select if you don't want to go in and play the other ones. Yeah? No? Good.
I mean,
yeah, that's why I'm reading this too, going, I'm going to go and see what the little buttons say and then press them. And when it's Iron Banner, I'm going to get very excited.
But that's the thing, isn't it? They said, they haven't walked that back, that the 3v3 playlist will be taken over by Trials, which it has done. So Elimination has disappeared this week, and now Trials is up for the weekend. So you won't see Elimination until it comes back around. So next week is not one of the 5 weeks of checkmate control, because Iron Banner will take over the control node for that week. Now, the question is, when Iron Banner turns up, is it going to be a selectable node so that if you want to go and play vanilla control, you can go and select that? Or is it just going to be, no, you have to play Iron Banner?
I'm guessing it's no, you're playing Iron Banner because that's what they've sort of classically done, but we'll see.
Well, no, because this is a new node, isn't it? They said the 6v6 node will be taken over by Iron Banner. The 3v3 will be taken over by Trials. But now they've kind of walked back on what's going to be there. So if you don't want to play the mode that we're kind of forcing you to play that week, there'll be a drop-down box to say, hey, go and play the original vanilla.
We'll see what we get. I don't know. They keep rearranging the red icons, and I'm like, just I'll go there and I'll see what it says, and then I'll either have a good time or get absolutely stomped. Either way. Did
any of you play in the beta test for the stress thing for the Fireteam Finder this week?
I did not, because I was out of the house while that was going on, because I read the times and thought it was going to be later than it was, but it was not. So I was not home.
No. Well, it did go live on the 30th of November at 9 a.m. PST to 5 p.m. PST. And I think it went well from what I've heard. It's what they say. So there's going to be another date coming up, which Respawn will tell you about later on. But yes, we have alluded to it. We have talked about it, that we all want this new emblem from the Iron Banana this week. But I have told people in the long version of This Week in Destiny, but I will tell you guys, because you are here now, there is a new auto rifle parody. This is one that we want. It looks like a mischief.
Is it not in the TWAB?
No, it's not in the TWAB.
No, lovely.
It is called Lethal Abundance. And this is a high impact frame. And it has target lock, tap the trigger, hatchling, collective action, onslaught from the older Rampage kind of onslaught. Final blows with this weapon increase the fire rate, and attrition orb. So dealing sustained damage creates orbs of power. But it also can roll with Discord, Enlightened Action, Keep Away, Dynamic Sway Reduction, Elemental Capacitor, and a new trait called Slice, which is casting your class ability allows this weapon to sever targets on hit for a brief duration, up to a maximum number of targets. Now this, I did hear I think somebody said that you could put this with a solar build, and if you put this with the solar build of the hunters, where if they do that kind of spinny backflip thing till they get radiant, they get a kill with this. It's endless fun. So that sounds
This
cool.
can be radiant in two ways. We can do that fancy little front flip that you're talking about, but the better way to do it is to just throw a throwing knife.
Well, no. If you cast your class ability, the weapon allows you to sever targets on hit for a brief duration. So you're getting extra damage on top of extra damage, technically.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But
So you need
the
to do
ability
the
you're
backflip
talking about has a
death.
really long. First of all, again, that's a front flip, not a back flip. But that has a
I
much
can do
longer
a backflip.
cooldown.
Obviously, you're
than
not
your
a cool hunter like me.
Then no, that's just your regular dodge. The radiant dive that you're discussing right now also has a much longer cooldown than the normal dodge. Whereas you can have a throwing knife immediately, and just throwing the throwing knife makes you radiant, right? The other one makes you and those around you, if they're close enough, radiant. And if you don't have people around you that you want to make radiant, that's a waste of time because it takes you so much longer to get that that dodge back.
No.
So, yeah.
I've got a good build. I've been using this build and I've been enjoying it. So,
Yeah, what's the cooldown on the ability?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, exactly. It's longer than 11 seconds, I can tell you that. Also, the build on there, because it's high impact tends to be jumpy, right? So I'm looking at dynamic sway paired with onslaught. Now, onslaught's a perk we used to have back in the day. For those of you that don't know, it came on what we used to have ritual weapons, not ritual. They became ritual, but they used to be
Pinnacle
weapons. Thank you. And it was basically a legendary exotic, to make it clear, right? And one of them had the perk onslaught paired with rampage, so it had both, right? And every time you get a kill, the breakneck. So every time you get a kill, you'd proc both onslaught and rampage, so you'd be hitting harder and shooting faster. And onslaught, that's what onslaught does, is on every final blow, the gun shoots faster. So as a high impact auto rifle, it only fires at 360. But when you had max stacks of onslaught, at least back in the day, it would go up to what, a 1600? Right? Or not 600? 1600!
Jeez.
No.
Over 9,000!
Yeah.
600 or 900, depending on if it had depending which breakneck it was.
So with the onslaught, this gun's going to fire a lot faster. And because it's inherently jumpy already, having dynamic sway to even out that stability while proccing your onslaught, I think would be a very good combination, And of course they would put onslaught and target lock in the same column, because forget you, Bungie. But yeah, slice would also be another okay addition. But I'm definitely looking at dynamic sway and onslaught for this gun. And Peroty, since you are a lover of autos, what will you look for when you get this gun?
Whatever they want to give me. I'm going to go to Iron Banner and I'm going to say, let's see what happens. I'm curious about the slice. There's a part of me that wants to go hatchling and slice just for funsies. Just to lean all the way into the I am an unkillable green god. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
What does that have to do with Sever? How does that tie into your build?
Isn't Sever one of the? Or maybe am I thinking of something else?
You might. Sever's a debuff for the target, and you do more damage to them when you sever them.
Yeah. Isn't that one of the strand verbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so more damage. Who doesn't love more damage?
Okay. Well, you said your unkillable build. I thought somehow that would proc your healing or something. I was like,
no. I'm already unkillable now. I just need to kill things even quicker.
All right.
I can if I'm just standing and delivering. If I can deliver more, then it's a win all around.
Now, are you going to look for like the onslaught, the target lock, the hatchling? Are you going to really lean into the strand aspect of this gun?
I would like to. That sounds fun. Onslaught I want to love, but I just, I was a lover of the breakneck back in the day when the breakneck had that and the spinning up went from like 360 to 900 or whatever it was.
Yeah, but it started off at a 450 though, right? So it was overall a lower damaging auto rifle that just sped up over time. And unfortunately, in the beginning when it came out, it would speed up and the damage would stay level. You would just hit people more often. And then they tweaked it later on, and by tweak, I mean nerfed it by saying, oh, well, the faster it fires, the less damage it's going to do, but you'll have more DPS, and blah, 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 blah. So it fires faster, but you did less damage per bullet, kind of thing, right? But, I mean, like, back in the day, it was still starting off as a 450, so overall, your damage was going to be less. If it's starting off as a 360, you're going to have the high impact damage out the box, and then it'll speed up to a 450, potentially a 600. So, I mean, Onslaught, I think it's going to be really, really good on a high-impact auto rifle, as long as you can do something about the stability. So Dynamic Sway with like a stability masterwork sounds good, It's going to give you 41 out the box, plus stability is going to give you an extra 10? Negative 50% accuracy cone size and plus 100% accuracy cone growth. And it also gives you an overall plus 10 stability. Okay, so you're going to get, with it fully procced, you'll have 51 stability on a high impact auto rifle, and it's also going to make you more accurate at the same time. So yeah, I think that'd be phenomenal right there. I want to like Slice, but on this gun, Dynamic Sway and Onslaught just looks too gosh darn powerful. Once you get it rolling.
I just want something better than the Perpetualis I have, because I have Perpetualis and I have Quicksilver Storm because I don't have any Rufus's Furies. And Old Sterling we don't talk about because that gun I refuse to believe exists in this game.
Perpetualis? Let me see what that is.
Just one of the strand auto rifles.
But the good thing is,
okay, I see it. Yeah.
Not talking about Iron Banner, but the other good thing is that the Breakneck is back in the game. Have you guys seen this yet?
No.
I have.
What?
Breakneck is back in the game with random rolls. And it has an origin trait called Gun and Run. Rapidly defeating targets with this weapon grant bonus sprint speed, guarding powerful combatants and higher value targets grant bonus quicker. It also has Onslaught still on there. It has Deconstruction. It has Attrition Orbs, Kinetic Tremors, Demolitionist, Offhand Strike, Tap the Trigger, Osmosis, Moving Target, Adagio, and Harmony.
Oh my god!
With the original, the original combo, which was Subsistence and Onslaught, it still has Subsistence on there. Has Dynamic Sway Reduction, Hipfire Grip, Keep Away, Heating Up, Shoot to Loot, Pugilist, Feeding Frenzy, Encore, Enlightened Action, Eye of the Storm, and Under Pressure. It can have high caliber rounds, ricochet rounds as well on there.
With center magazine, center barrel, yeah.
With all the barrels you need.
Perks on this gun.
What can I pair Kinetic Tremors with?
I saw that. This is another one with Kinetic Tremors.
That's you said my favorite two.
Keep it running, man. You got to go with Subsistence and Kinetic Tremors.
I was just saying you said my favorite words. Now that's a long list of perks. So good luck and Godspeed. But
but at the same time,
the answer is whatever I can get Kinetic Tremors to drop with.
How do we get it to drop? Is it a Gambit gun?
Can I go focus this at the Drifter? Is that one of the things I can go focus?
You can open legendary engrams and faction rank up packages. Apparently, it says. That's
not what I wanted to hear. That wasn't the right answer. I wanted to go to the nice man, hand him my green snake engram.
You just wanted to go. You just wanted to go to Drifter, didn't you? You just wanted Drifter Breakneck.
It's got the Drifter freaking origin trait on it, man.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. That like I have one that's garbage. I want to have more. Got to catch them all.
Also, the good thing about it is that if you compare it to the original one, the base stats are exactly the same. So, impact of 29, range of 64, stability of 45, and handling of 37, reload of 46, aim assist of 44, zoom of 16, and airborne effectiveness of 10, with a recoil direction of 80. But you can spec this bad boy out, which is amazing. You can put high caliber rounds on it. And yeah.
I mean, that's the one for PvP, but like PvE,
under
pressure and tremors, dude. Come on.
I've got one with attrition orbs and heating up, which is fine, but it's not kinetic tremors. I want those kinetic tremors. I want to make everything sad around me, and that is the key to sadness.
For your PvP, you can have your high impact, your under pressure, because it's going to give you extra damage on the bottom half of the magazine, and you could still have kinetic tremors to do AoE for those unlucky sons of biscuits that are just not smart enough to get away from the guy that just died, or Onslaught to just make it fast again.
What's the icon above Onslaught?
That is called Deconstruct. Dealing sustained damage grants bonus damage against vehicles, constructs, and partially refills the magazine. Damage with primary ammo or against constructs provides additional project. Constructs include barricades, turrets, stasis crystals, and other objects created in the field.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like a new perk. I like a new picture.
Well, that's not new. We had that last season, didn't we?
Didn't that just say added in season 23?
Isn't
that what the little tooltip just said over that little picture?
You know what? Don't come at me with your logic. All right, I'm tired of you coming at me with your facts and your BS.
Not only am I screen cheating. Screen peeking on Respawn over there.
How dare you, sir?
Going back to couch co-op days here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we have to do the. It comes from World Ingrams and Banshee. That's the only way you can get it.
Go visit the nice man with the green snakes. He'll hook you up.
But he just said no. He just said it's a world drop.
Yeah, from the world of Gambit, the nice man with the green snakes. It's got gun and run on it. Gun and run.
That's what I thought. That's why I said it's got the Gambit thing. So okay, what's the result? Are y'all messing with me? Can you get it from the Drifter, or do you get it from a world drop?
I don't know because I haven't been there.
You can 100% get it from the Drifter. That I can confirm. I cannot tell you if it's a world drop or not.
Okay, let's go say hi to the Drifter.
That's where the one that I have came from, so that I can tell you.
Oh, okay.
What I can also tell you is that we're back to having calendars. I got a very terrible roll with attrition orbs and.
I said where? No, damn it! No, I said when. When did you get it? Damn it!
Between the launch of the season and now, I don't know.
You've already been in Gambit that soon?
Who do you think I am? Do you know who I am, sir? I played my week 1 story, and then I said I'm going to Gambit because I just want to murder people, and because I'm playing the mini game of how many kills can I get in a match, and I topped out at 82 this week because the rest of my team decided to do nothing, and I appreciate them because now I have a lovely screenshot to put on my little fridge.
You heard that?
This is how many people I murdered.
82 invaders. 82 invaders, guys. Be afraid of Peroty.
Not invaders, just kills overall. Murdering people in the PvE. It was only 1 or 2 invaders. So I don't remember what it was. But I play the mini game of how many kills can I get in that game type because it's fun. And I need to have my 11th seal.
You can focus it.
You can focus it.
You can focus it.
What can't you focus in this game?
Well, because I thought they had made that change because last season you could not focus the current season's loot pool, just the previous seasons, and I was pretty sure they had changed that, but I could not remember with all the things that changed. So I'm very pleased with that turn of events. So now I have something to put all of my lovely Gambit engrams into. All the breaknecks.
There's the weapon, the seasonal weapon, the sword has repulsor and destabilizing in different colors.
Yeah.
Okay, I might actually get a sword now.
Which it's hard to excite me with a sword, but that's a pretty good way to do it.
Dude, with the Hunter, Infinite Invis, Overshield, and Healing build, that would be a freaking monster.
What we also have this week is we've come full circle now, and we have a calendar. So everybody take out your planners, put your calendars on your desks.
Yep, ready.
And I was going to tell you, well, the world's... See, I keep reading Warlord's Ruin as Warlock's Ruin, but it's not. The Warlocks have not been ruined. The Warlord's Ruin dungeon came out yesterday, so that you if you didn't put in your planner yet, that's already passed. Iron Banner, December 5th.
Yeah.
So first Iron Banner, December 5th. A week later, The Dawning, December 12th. And if that doesn't excite you, Grandmasters Begin, December 19th, right before Christmas. Grandmasters Begin. And then after, right after Christmas is done, right when you're saying, do I want to keep these things? Did I get good gifts?
It's not done in the UK. This is what I don't get. It's not done in the UK. On December 26th, it's Boxing Day. We still have extra Christmas days.
Well, on Boxing Day, you also get Crucible Labs Checkmate Countdown Rush as a Boxing Day celebration. And then after you've done your boxing and your countdown rushing on January 2nd, another Iron Banner.
Yes.
Another Iron Banner. And then on January 16th, your Crucible Labs changed to Checkmate Clash. So that's apparently our first 5 weeks of Checkmate Control. Now we have Checkmate Clash. And then January 23rd,
I haven't had enough.
Iron Banner.
Give me another one.
Thank you. That's a lot of Iron Banners. I believe I saw something that we're going to get like 5 or 6 Iron Banners in this season.
5 to take us up to the final shape, apparently. Yeah, so that's 3 that we've got there.
Right there. And that's not in February yet.
Yeah. So that probably means we won't get one in February. We'll get one in March, one in April.
Which sets the table.
That's not enough. I need more Iron Banners.
No, see, that just sets the table for Crimson Doubles to come back in February. See,
you Bungie, know it's not coming back, but yes, I would love to see Crimson Doubles back.
I do know it's not coming back, but hope springs eternal. It is the season of perpetual hope, at least until January, and then February hits, and then we're sad again because we didn't get what we were hoping for. So we have at least a calendar through January 23rd. After that, Lawless Land. No idea what's going on. No way to tell. Not the new season dropping, but something will happen that they will tell us at that point.
Your face is lawless.
You know it. It's also the Savathun Spire of Savings, which we already talked about. Lots of things are on sale. So if for some reason you haven't, if someone has been bugging you, or harassing you to go buy Destiny things, now's a good time. Many things are half off or more. And apparently there's a Bungie store sale too. So if you want a physical item that may or may not be actually shipped to you in the year of our internet 2023, you can go to the Bungie store itself and buy physical items. How's the raid jacking coming along, Respawn? How are your Destiny items? Have they been shipped to you yet? Do you have everything?
I finally got the last raid jacket. That was the wrong size, and I just gave up on it. Yeah.
Oh, did your wife take that one too?
Yeah.
You could have more things. Or not. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But what I am here to tell you, Respawn, like Wish Dragons, do wishbones and turkeys mean that they're wish turkeys?
Yeah. That's the whole point of the wishbone.
All right. We've got wish turkeys and a player support report. There's a whole FAQ for your final shape delay. So if you've got questions about the final shape delay, your collector's edition, your pre-order items, and more, there's a whole FAQ which you could go read if you're interested in what's going on with it. It happens in June. It'll be here then. Remember, if you have pre-ordered, they don't actually take your money until the thing ships. So if you pre-ordered now, they're not going to actually take your money until the game ships in June, as opposed to in February. So just remember, you spent that money ahead of time if you haven't canceled it, and it'll come out in June. Surprise! Money. And other FAQs that, again, they're there. I'm not going to read them to you because none of us are pre-ordered and aren't interested. What we are interested in is the previous season pass rewards. There's that whole previous and current season pass page on Bungie.net. You're going to need to check your platform ID and then check it again to make sure your season pass loads correctly. And you can get all the rewards from the last season. So if you didn't pick up everything on your seasonal track for some reason, or if you're saying, listen, I have enough keys, I have enough upgrade modules, I didn't have room to put them in there, you can go claim them from the past season in this lovely little link from Bungie.net that's here in the TWAB. And it wouldn't be a new season without a couple of known issues. Just one or two. The Season of the Witches Arcana cards incorrectly say they expire at the end of Season 22 instead of at the end of Season 23, so they are still good for the current season. Do not throw them away in the trash like your Bed Bath & Beyond coupons. Some players...
You threw away Bed Bath & Beyond coupons?
I've got some bad news for you about Bed Bath & Beyond Respawn. It's just the Beyond now. They've gone out of business. So yes, you can now get rid of those coupons.
Did you know there's still one Radio Shack store?
I did. Did you know that some players may be unable to spawn in the tower hangar when trying to complete the Guardian Rises quest? It should be resolved by next week, though. When the full auto melee setting is on, Glaze will almost always melee twice. Almost. Not always, but almost. If players are receiving...
PvP? Can we do that in PvP?
Across the board. Just when it's on, they will almost always melee twice.
What?
So yeah. Players receive a bird error in a high combatant density activities when using builds that are able to kill multiple combatants in high volumes within a short time. So the bird error is the "you're too efficient at murder" error. Be less efficient at murder and you can continue playing. We're still investigating the issues where players were unable to get that all-for-one challenge in Crota's End. So if you haven't actually gotten that, they're still trying to figure out why. Some emojis in the Fireteam Finder will be unavailable on certain platforms when the beta test launches. And some of them will be available. The Deconstruct perk does not properly refund ammo on fusion rifles. Well, that's sad. The offering of the Oracle is unable to be turned in to the Oracle engine. Thus, the Oracle has rejected all of your offerings. Checkmate Control does not reward weekly challenge progress. Sorry, it just doesn't. Rewards aren't consistently dropping for players in the Riven's Lair and Coil seasonal activities. Yep, sometimes you open the chest and nothing comes out. The Belisarius D Pulse Rifle is not being rewarded for players who complete their competitive Crucible placement matches. So maybe take a breather and just wait a week. The Star Baker title is no longer available. There are no Star Bakers, you have all been downgraded. Best of the Lost quests are still appearing for some players. Some rocket launchers no longer appear in their preview screen. The new dungeon and seasonal armor sets appear in player appearance screens when they are not unlocked, and your ghost activity mods use placeholder icons. And that is all the things Bungie is telling us about that are broken presently. We have a Thorn music video, and we have Saint 14 terrorizing people, and until next week, the Guardians of the Destiny 2 community team will see us Starside.
We at some point, us three do need to kind of try and do that dungeon together. And Respawn, I hear your fears about how hard it is. Cheese Forever has got you covered with a plus 20 to your power to make it easy. So check that out in the show notes.
I do like that, but has he accommodated for having a night demon on my team?
Not yet.
But of course they will.
I don't think they will. I don't think they can.
But it's been a very long time, and the public have demanded it. Although you haven't returned with a Respawn's Report Roundup for a very long time, they also want a Respawn's Rant. But we're not going to get one just yet. So we'll set up for the Respawn's Report Roundup, please.
What do they want to rant about? Okay, so for now,
that's really up to you, but yeah.
Right. So the cutest emblem in Destiny, but we don't know how to obtain it. So it's got like a little crayon, little Titan Hunter, Warlock little symbols, and then the expanded version has like a little Titan robot in crayon. I mean, this was clearly designed by a 5-year-old with intense artistic prowess, and I dig it. I would get that. I don't know how long I would wear it, but I would get it.
That certainly feels like one of those like iPads for kids charity emblems. It certainly has that vibe to it.
It does, and I get. If I'm being honest with you, I kind of get Marine Corps vibes with the whole everything written in crayon thing. So I have to at least own it. Just
Children,
in case,
Marines,
right?
One and the same, all in all.
Wow, accurate, but how dare you? Destiny Bulletin says the new Final Shape Collector's Edition will start shipping in March 2024. That's awesome.
We didn't lose you.
No.
Oh.
So your Final Shape Collector's Edition will start shipping in March. March. That's when it starts shipping. You will get it in in April of 2026. A little disclaimer there.
Jeez.
Owners will be I'm going to get sued by Bungie. Owners will be able to dig into the secrets waiting within their Destiny Tower architectural replica before the final shape launches. That thing, I want it to be made out of metal, but somebody told me that it's just like glossy plastic, and if so, how dare you? Like, honestly, how dare you? But whatever. Just you want to be mad at something? Don't be mad at a starter pack. Be mad at your $500 gift bundle. I'm sorry, your $500 freaking Final Shape Collector's Edition giving you a plastic toy.
It can't be $500.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not sure what it is, but I would hope I would hope not.
No, I think it was like 200 or close to 200 because somebody bought one before in our chat and they said they paid $200 for a previous bundle. So
Yeah, it seems about right.
Yeah.
Let's see, 275.
woo!
If you want the Final Shape Collector's Edition from the Steam or the Epic Game Store, or the no code version is just 175 for basically all the stuff but the game.
Woo!
Yeah, $200 to $300. Okay, that's fair.
Wow.
For all of the things.
Somebody says there's already a 3D printed model of that tower already on the internet. So if you want to make your own, which I recommend, there you go. Warlords Ruin Dungeon Weapons. We have a bow that looks like a heavy bow. We have a sword that looks like a heavy sword. We have a sniper that looks like a heavy sniper. And a sidearm that looks like a heavy sidearm. That's kind of cool. And
do the schnozberries taste like schnozberries?
First of all,
Squirrel.
did I tell you guys how old I was when I realized that means boogers? Like it was like not even that long ago. Like I was in my 30s when I heard that. Not when I heard, but when I figured the schnozberries taste like schnozberries, and I was watching some TV show, and he goes, "Oh man, right in the schnoz." It was Home Alone, right? And he goes, "Oh, right in the schnoz," and I was like, "Wait a minute." So in Willy Wonka, when the kids are licking the walls and say the schnozberries taste like schnozberries, ew.
Boogers.
There's an image for you. Also, new Warlords Ruined Dungeon Armor. My image is small. I can't really see it, but it looks kind of winter-ish. Like
Very
they're bundling
drapey.
up for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. It's
Everybody's
very
got
cold in that dungeon.
little spiky snowshoes on. There you go. Yep. All right. What do we got here? Oh, here's a pretty cool one. Okay, so to remember a time when spicy crafted weapon combinations caused chaos, players who were active between September 15th and September 21st have been sent a special emblem to commemorate this moment in Destiny 2 history. Find the crafting emblem under Collections, Flair, Emblems, and General. Let's see if that's true. So, Collections, Flair, Emblems, and General. I am not seeing.
This is another place in the game. It would be nice.
There it is.
To be able to
Look
find
at
things
that.
quicker.
Look at that. Let's just plop that bad boy right on. It's like the Telesto. Telesto's little guilty secret. There we go.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah,
As promised, delivered. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
I usually have bad luck when it comes to those kinds of things, so I doubted it. I'm gonna be honest with you, but look at that, and it matches my freaking what's the pajama shader?
The Highlander one.
The Highlander, yeah, it matches the Highlander shader. Look at that.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah,
all set.
Get the whole setup there.
All cozy and ready for the slumber party.
What do you mean, lies? I'm looking at it. Shut your mouth. But yeah, there you go. You can get that emblem if you were active then. Go check it out and you'll have it. Now, we're going to start getting into some stuff, ladies and germs. All right. Here we go. We've heard that you're asking players to go back to the Blind Well. As part of the first week's story is a sore spot. One of our goals here was to make sure players knew from the start that there's increased difficulty and new loot to earn in this activity. You won't need to go back every week. Players will only be asked to return to the blind well once in week 6, and it will be an opt-in activity after that for the rest of the season.
Gods be praised.
For the completionists out there, aka Nitedemon, we'll have one seasonal challenge tied to the blind well later in this season, and one heroic blind well completion requirement for the seal. There you go. We're also happy to go.
These are from the Destiny 2 team tweets that he's reading, in case you're curious where this information has been rounded up from.
Mm-hmm. And the ratio is nutty. They have 4.3 thousand likes and 714 interactions, but only 300 comments. Oh my goodness. Okay. So next. Also, I said it goes with the armor. It goes with the armor. Don't you second guess me. Look, your fashion game is not on point, and I forgive you for that. All right. We're happy to see the love for the coil and the Riven's layer from the community so far. So, do you guys love it?
The community does. Someone does.
Last time I checked, I'm a part of that community, and love is not the word that I would be using. The word that I'm using does in fact have 4 letters. God damn.
4 letters? You're speaking good like I'm speaking good.
Right? It does in fact have 4 letters, but it does start with an F. I don't know. Anyway, we're happy to see the love for the coil and Riven's layer from the community so far. We wanted to make sure loot was front and center, especially for those who go platinum. Remember, this is week 1. Different paths through the coil will be rotating as the season unfolds. However, the shard economy is a bit too unforgiving based on early observations. The team is looking into improving this so the path to platinum is still possible, even if you don't collect every shard from every pot. Speaking of loot, the team has already fixed an issue that prevented all players from getting loot from the chest at the end of a Riven's Lair run. I have done like 6 runs today, and 2 of those I did not get loot. I just thought it was, just maybe because I didn't get there in time or whatever. But they opened the chest. I got to the chest. I held the button on the chest and nothing happened. So I don't think it's been fixed. I think you tried to, but I don't think it's been fixed. There seems to be some instances in which Belisarius D competitive pulse rifle is not being rewarded for completing the placement series challenge. We're investigating this. So, AKA, you're probably going to have to do it again. Sorry, guys. Regarding
if not once, multiple times.
Wait, hold on. Respawn getting no loot is not a feature. Oh, is a feature, not a bug. I'm getting tired of y'all picking on me. I'm about to ban all y'all. Regarding anti-barrier sidearms this season, we're super excited about the new rocket sidearm. So there's a rocket sidearm.
There is. Would you like to know more once you finish reading this?
Sure, yeah. New rocket sidearm weapon subtype launching this Friday in the new world.
The ruinous dungeon that's going to ruin all of us this season because none of us can say that word.
Yeah. Damn it. This sidearm archetype should give folks more opportunity to counteract barrier champions with the season's artifact, even if they aren't leaning into the solar radiant artifact perks or existing intrinsic anti-barrier exotics. Okay. Now, what's it called? Where can I see it? What's going on?
This is called the Indebted Kindness, and it is a rocket-assisted frame. Sidearm fires self-propelled rocket ammunition. Projectiles explode on impact for high damage.
Where are you reading that at?
I'm reading that in the picture that Noble sent me because he has hooked me up with the information.
Oh my God, that's the sidearm. Okay, so earlier I was funning you guys because I just said everything looks like a heavy something. But if it shoots rockets, is it a special? Do we know? Is that a special ammo sidearm?
You know who knows and could tell you.
Who's that?
The man who sent me the pictures.
Because I know for a fact the Buried Bloodline is, in fact, a special sidearm, right? I do know that 100%. I'm wondering if the Indebted Kindness is too. Now, when it says it shoot rockets, is it like that auto rifle that we have that shoots rockets? Or is it like an actual, like a mountaintop style of rocket?
Mountaintop.
I can tell you, yes, it's Spanish. God. Yes, it's special ammo. I swear I've slept this week, but man, words are tough. Yes, it is special ammo. And I'm guessing because if it shoots rockets, it's not like, rocket launcher rockets. I'm guessing it's more like the Quicksilver Storm style rockets, but don't know. Have to go get one.
Yeah.
So I think Bungie was like, yes, you're all very cranky about this whole sidearm anti-barrier thing. We've got some sidearms in store for you. You have to go play the dungeon to get them, but we've got some sidearms.
No one expects the Spanish ammo.
Dude, no one expects the Spanish ammo or the Warlord's ruin. The Warlord has ruined all of us.
Oh my God! What chat did you post it in with Noble? Let me take a look. Let me show everybody who's watching the stream. Is it in the box of shame? What?
Secrets.
Okay. Secrets. Boop.
He DM'd it to me directly because he loves me more than you.
He says he sent it to me. Oh, unless he DM'd me too. Oh, he did.
Okay, so he loves us the same. I'm just better at seeing things.
Rocket-assisted frame, sidearm fires self-propelled rocket ammunition. Projectiles explode on impact for high damage. So, how many rounds in the magazine? 11 rounds in the magazine. 100 rounds per minute. So it's definitely slow firing. It's got a blast radius right here. There we go. It's got a velocity, so it shoots legit rockets. It's not like the auto rifle. It shoots legit rockets. All right. And looks like you can get different rolls on it too. I mean, obviously it's a drop. Oh, he does have different rolls. Look at that. Oh, nifty. How did you have so many rolls? How many times have you done the dungeon, and why haven't you taken me into it yet?
So he doesn't love you enough, like I said.
Clearly. Damn it. Anyway, there it is, guys. I mean, it even looks kind of cool. I mean, the whole thing. Look at the barrel on this sidearm, though. That is a nifty little barrel. I mean, that's a substantial barrel right there. All right. Thanks again to everyone who helped us stress test Fireteam Finder yesterday. The feature will return on December 6th. Today's the 2nd, so that's 4 days from now. I don't know when you're listening to this. Maybe it's whatever. Fun fact, 42% of all participants successfully completed their raid, with the most total time spent in Crota's End at 31%. Wasn't that the only one that was available? Somebody said? I don't know. That's cool.
It would work for whatever you wanted to do, but yeah, don't know since I wasn't here. But that's pretty good.
That's probably 3 times in one run.
That's probably better than any guided games throughout the entire 7 years guided games has been a thing, or however long that stupid thing's been in beta.
Yeah, but I mean, legitimately, I'm thinking at 43%, I have no data to base this on except my own personal experience, just so you know. But that's kind of better odds than LFG.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll see it again on the 6th, but cool. The Fireteam Finder raid stress test has... Did I just read that? Am I tripping? I just read that. Okay. Update. Never mind. Let me read the original first. Okay. We're actively working on a fix for an issue where rewards are not consistently dropping for players completing the Riven Slayer and the Coil seasonal activities. Update. We have deployed a temporary fix for this issue in Riven Slayer. Rewards will now drop for all players when one player opens a chest. Oh! That's why I didn't open that. That's why I didn't get loot when I walked up to it, because somebody got there before me, and I got to okay. But I still didn't get any from the. I mean, I said was true. What I said was true. I walked up to the chest and nothing happened. I didn't know I already had the loot. There's a difference. A full fix will be implemented in a future update. Rewards in the coil are dropping as intended.
So if you're getting nothing but garbage, that was the intention. Enjoy.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. Reading is hard again this week. We struggled last week. Dude, y'all think it's struggling this bad during Christmas holidays when I'm in Louisiana and I'm going to be toasted during the show? Bro. Update. This issue is resolved. Gosh damn it. I hate how they put it's reverse order. You got to read the bottom and then up. It's dumb. We're currently investigating a fix for an issue where Checkmate Control is not progressing the Crucible weekly challenges. And that has an update that says this issue has been resolved and progress from Checkmate Control matches should now count towards the weekly challenge. But you can report any issues to our help forum at Bungie. It's a link. Who cares? Okay. You know how to get there. Due to an issue where players can get soft locked.
Sure can.
After wiping in the first section of PsyOps Battleground Cosmodrome, the Nightfall has been changed to Heist Battleground Moon version. PsyOps Battleground Cosmodrome will return in a future week in about 6 months.
So I would like to make a plea that if you are allowing people to walk into Nightfalls where there are champions, even at the lowest match-made level, they must be required to understand what a champion is and how to deal with them. Otherwise, you will wipe in the first section because your blueberries are worthless, and then become soft-locked and spend 5 minutes waiting to try to get the game to progress and realize it's just never going to.
So how is it soft-locking just because you can't kill a champion?
Well, no, I mean, it's you can't kill the champion, so you wipe, and then it soft-locks. It's the part where you have to move the little vehicle across the EDZ to get it from point A to point B. It just never starts moving. It just sits there. You can stand on it, you can down. It just never progresses, never starts the encounter basically, and so you just can't do anything from that point.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so I'm glad they saw that. Yeah, that's broken, and it should be less broken.
Oh, here's a fun one. We're investigating an issue where Destiny 2 can crash when players return to orbit from the Warlord's Ruin dungeon. Here's your dungeon. Here's your loot. How dare you crash your game? Excellent. We're also investigating an issue where some dungeon triumphs are dropping the wrong rewards.
Now, is that better rewards or worse rewards? Because I'm good with wrong if it's an improvement.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. So you gave me the new exotic instead of a legendary? I'm okay with that, right? But no, seriously though, I know they just fired 100 people. I get that, and they've got just a sheer number of people problem. But can we make sure that when you put a game out, even if it's got some bugs in it, I know there's some bugs. There's always some bugs. But why is it that lately more and more of these bugs result in the game crashing? How do you not know that your game is crashing when somebody finishes a dungeon? Did you not play the dungeon? I mean, the hell.
It's one of those, I'm sure if you're on this console or, there's it's not for every single person. It's one of those in certain situations and certain circumstances, this will happen. It's not crashing for everybody, finishing the dungeon or everybody leaving the dungeon.
But I can remember years ago, we didn't have these crashing issues. It was like, okay, yeah, this door won't open, or this enemy's doing too much damage, or, we didn't want you to be able to farm this quickly kind of stuff, right? But more and more over the last year or so, there's so many problems that result in the game crashing just flat out. It's like, dudes.
Which is why we should slow down and do quality of life changes versus just shoving new content out the door that could possibly crash the game.
I agree.
Fix the core of it. That's all we want is a good, stable game.
So we have we have resolved an issue. Resolved, so it's fixed. but we've resolved an issue where the Dragon's Bite artifact perk could be activated in the Crucible. We will be on the lookout for more issues throughout the weekend. Let's see what that does. The Dragon's Bite. Okay. Where is that at? Oh, here we go. Breaking a combatant's shield with a strand or stasis weapon has a chance to suspend or freeze that combatant.
That's not broken at all.
Chances increase with more armor that you wear from this season.
So it's like stasis when it launched. What's wrong with that? That was a good time.
Yeah, but just by shooting somebody and breaking
there was
their
no
shield,
problem there at all.
right? Oh, by the way, I put this in the chat. It's not here in the report roundup, right? But for all my Titans out there, and all my Warlocks out there, and especially all my Hunters out there, there's some big news, if you didn't know. With the introduction of this season's artifact, we have an artifact that's called Hail the Storm. Shattering encased targets and stasis crystals deals increased damage, and shattering stasis crystals releases shards of ice that damage and slow targets. What does this mean? Okay. There was a thing that in 2020 was terrorizing the Crucible, supposedly. And this thing was something that Hunters had a unique ability that only they could do. This ability is called Shatter Dive. I don't know, a lot of people are like, what's Shatter Dive? I've never heard of Shatter Dive. This sounds kind of cool. What's it do? Well, I'm going to tell you. In Crucible, a Hunter had to have a grenade. So if you don't have a grenade, you ain't doing nothing. You had to jump in the air, step one. Step two, you had to throw the grenade and hope you got it close enough to the target to slow and or freeze them. Step three, you had to dive to the ground. And this isn't just like a homing thing. You had to aim where you hit, right? So you had to aim and hope that you hit the crystals close enough to the target that you're trying to kill. And then the ice would shatter. And I will admit, if you successfully broke the crystals, 90% of the time, the sucker that was close enough is going to die. Full health, overshield, super, didn't matter. Dunzo, game over, right? And because of Hail the Storm, Astacross was kind enough to show us that Shatter Dive is back to near pre-nerf status. In the Crucible, Shatter Dive is once again one-shotting almost everyone. So, for those of you that hated to play against it, sorry about your bad luck. For Hunters that love using it, let's go! Before it gets nerfed again. This is only this season, and supposedly Bungie says when things happen for a season, they leave it alone for a season, but they've nerfed Hunters in the past during a season. So I don't know. But right now, in PvP, if you're a PvP hunter, get Hail the Storm, put on a Shatter Dive build, get weapons that give you grenade energy back, and or the Traveler's Chosen, I believe, is a sidearm that when you kill somebody, you hold the reload button, and it gives all your abilities a recharge, accelerating timer, right? So do what you can to get that grenade back as fast as possible, and abuse the living hell out of this while you can. That's all I'm saying.
Until March.
That's it for the TED Talk today.
I'm just happy it's back. I'm gonna be honest, because they took away our trip mine build. So now the trip mine build does nearly nothing, and they gave us back Shatter Dive. Arguably, I kind of prefer the Shatter Dive, but you know, it is what it is. Peroty has written me a compilation, aka a dissertation, one might say, that I'm about to read to all you lucky people. Okay,
that were all from Destiny 2. Destiny 2 team that were just tweets that I didn't screenshot and gave you real text. So enjoy.
Okay, fair enough. Whew. Our PvP strike team has been delivering a lot of updates on changes coming to the game, and we just launched several this week. Some early feedback we are seeing. I'm sorry. No, that is what it says. Some early feedback we are seeing and would like to address. So not there is some early feedback or here is some early feedback or no, just some early feedback. Yeah, whatever. Control will be available as a selectable mode while checkmate control is active. More details will come in the TWAB, which I think you already read. Okay. We see a lot of speculation about checkmate and what that means for Core Crucible. We've got no plans to turn checkmate on across all of Crucible. Instead, we're aiming for a midway point for ability cooldowns and weapon tuning that does not result in specific weapons dominating. We're also aware of some issues with Checkmate's special ammo implementation, and we'll be trying various new approaches to improve this system. Regarding Checkmate TTK, which means time to kill, changes. We will be regularly tuning
Easy for
TTK.
you to say.
Was it? Our target going forward is to keep optimal TTK consistent with the current Crucible sandbox, i.e., the fastest you can defeat an opponent will remain unchanged. I don't know what that means. Somebody who plays Crucible, can you tell me?
The quickest TTK will stay the quickest TTK. They're not going to make things slower overall.
Okay.
So whatever the quickest way to murder somebody, still going to be there.
Excellent.
Just as quick.
Meanwhile, we'll be looking to reduce body shot damage. The end result is an increase in the skill gap, where consistent headshots are rewarded with faster TTK. So this right here, this one sentence.
Get head seeker on weapon. Okay, got it. Sorry, I had to make a little note.
No, but that's for pulse rifles only. That's the only weapon that gets head seeker, right?
Yeah.
So actually, no. No, don't 3-shot burst sidearms get head seeker?
I mean, I'm just saying get head seeker on a weapon. That's what this is telling me. I'm not good at headshots, so give me head seeker and give me a little help.
Right. Well, what I think this means right here is they're increasing the skill. Hold on. You know the old term, the rich get richer? Well, the skilled get better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So most people aren't as good with getting the headshots as like a YouTuber, right? So this is rewarding people that are already good enough to get headshots and penalizing people that are not really good at getting the headshots. So that skill gap is going to get much, much, much wider. And the games are going to get much, much less fair, in my opinion. So that does not sound fun at all. And we'll see how long that lasts.
Well, I mean, you know, it's going to be gunplay. If you're better at gunplay and landing headshots, then you're going to have a better time. And if you're not, then you're not. That's what Crucible is.
Yeah, but it's making it worse. It's making that penalty even more of a penalty now. So, you know, like you, me, and Nitedemon going up against, you know, Frostbolt by himself.
Would never happen.
Hey, it happened. It happened to me.
See, that's why you play on. That's why you play on console. Then you only have the console people that are gods to kill you, not the PC people.
Yeah, no, and you're right. It didn't happen. ZK Mushroom stomped my ass. Okay, and that's how I found out who that guy even was. Anyway, so we're aware that there are spawn issues in Countdown Rush and the Citadel and Multiplex. We will be temporarily disabling these two maps in competitive. There you go. There seems to be some instances in which Belisarius D competitive pulse rifle is not being rewarded. They're looking into it. Iron Banana kicks off next Tuesday. So by the time you hear this, it's already happening with the new tribute mode.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you all about tribute.
Okay, well, go ahead. What's
before we learn about that, what else will Mr. Soundon be selling us?
Okay. I'll get to that in a second. Chat is also mentioning that this nerf to body shot damage is almost a direct nerf to auto rifles and submachine guns, which I didn't even think about that, but he's right. So
yeah, that checks out.
Now we've got Lord Salad blah 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 blah. Okay, we got the Iron Banana guy that's going to start selling Iron Banana armor.
See, I don't know why they call him Lord Saladin. He's Valus Forge.
Because even they can't keep track of the lore.
Yeah. He'll start selling Iron Banana armor ornaments from years 1 and 2. Not armor, ornaments from years 1 and 2. And the elusive Iron Samaki set. Yeah. Samaki? Sure.
Yeah.
Which will return as the base set at last. Put those Iron Banner Engrams to work. Let's see what the verschniggity
Nobody was happy about that. Nobody wants that set.
No, I wanted
I
wanted a new set, but yeah, we'll take what we've got. So Iron Banner Tribute is a supremacy-based game mode where 2 teams of 6 players are pitted against each other with the objective to deposit fallen crests in a tribute station to earn points for their team. So, like Supremacy, every Guardian that falls will leave a class-based crest behind, and collecting those is the key to winning every match. So no matter if they were dropped by you, by being defeated, or by a fallen comrade. So you've got to secure the opposing Guardian's crests, deny the opposing opponent's crests, and that's it. That's how you win. Deposit them, but banking lots of them can cause a hunt phase, which activates a special tribute station and increases the value of all crests deposited for 1 minute. Ooh. But you have to take care, because other Guardians won't be the only things guarding these high-value tribute stations, which means turrets, I guess. Maybe Cabal drop pods as well. Just randomly throwing them down.
Shattered punches. That's the new turret system. Just shattered dive punches.
Yep.
So I'm looking at the armor. I've got it maximized in the stream, and I know Iron Banana is PvP. Shut up. But what I'm trying to say is this looks like generic PvP armor, like stuff you get just from playing Crucible in general. You know.
It may be the least exciting, it's just the least armor set. It's the Iron Man armor set. You're going, yeah, that exists, but why?
There's nothing ostentatious about it. They nerfed Titan shoulders. They buffed Hunter thighs.
Yeah, it's just the most boring armor set. Like there's nothing interesting about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm happy about the year 1 and 2 armor ornaments coming back, because I can make this ugly armor set look good. But yeah, the armor set itself, no one is interested.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're trying to complete your set and going, oh, I was missing this one, in which case, good for you.
So if you're like me and you ran out of Glimmer before you could spend all of your Iron Banner engrams, and now they're all gone, you can use those non-existing engrams to get this armor.
Well, Respawn, good news. You're going to be playing more to get that banana emblem. So then you'll have more to spend.
And the gun. I want that auto rifle. I'm gonna. I've already said it.
It's too late now.
Now Bungie knows. Yeah. So I need to farm for that auto rifle because I want the rolls that we were talking about earlier. And now because it's been vocalized into the universe, Bungie's going to be like,
and recorded.
What was that? Respawn? Respawn? What's his account? Yeah, that guy, just remove that from his options entirely. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And this was one put in just for you.
Paul Tassi. I'd like to believe there's like a DEF CON system at Bungie for people complaining about things. Here we go. DEF CON 5 is Paul Tassi. I complain about everything. DEF CON 4 is Salt Grepo. DEF CON 3 is Astacross. DEF CON 2 is Gothalion. Apparently he's coming out of retirement just to chime in. And DEF CON 1 would be Dado. There you go. I'm not even on this list.
What's the scale of DEF CON? Is it DEF CON 1 is okay? DEF CON 2 is like 3.
One is the end times, and 5 is less end times.
Exactly. The lower the number, the bigger S storm you're in.
So Dado is, if Dado says things, everything's bad. If Paul Tassi's moaning, we don't really care.
Yeah.
Paul Tassi is sort of on the Respawn scale. Dado is on the Dado scale. He is alone.
Well,
okay.
except Paul Tassi, he just whatever. I'm not gonna get it. He's not just Destiny. He dabbles in all kinds of other stuff he shouldn't be in,
He
including
complains about everything, like he says.
yeah.
But then what did Griffin say to him?
All right, so I can't read the small text. Dado stream season.
Yeah, that part you can ignore. It was just honestly, it's kind of garbage in the screenshot. It was basically videos basically saying, hey, the people moaning about the new season or moaning about Destiny.
All right. So what I can read says, hope you're stoked with yet another wave of hate articles, hate videos, and bad publicity yet again. You never will learn. I give up. I hope it was worth a few grand. To which Griffin Bennett says, you, Salt, and Cross don't even register on the scale. Okay. Yeah, I could say that does apply to me. And then he clarifies it. So here we go. He's clarifying. To clarify, I mean that y'all complain so often it doesn't even register on a DEF CON scale. Not that your opinion doesn't matter. There we go. Okay.
And he was one of the now former community folks at Bungie. I just enjoyed that little exchange this week.
Okay.
We don't even care about you guys.
So Don wants me to mention that the fact that legendary shards are needed for the focusing still, but yet they've been telling us to get rid of them as soon as we can, basically.
They sure did.
I keep getting them. I keep getting them from everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you do. I have like 37.
I do. I have like 100 or something because I went and spent all mine. Now, again, if you turn in your 99 engrams at the end of the season, you end up with a couple hundred more legendary shards at that point. But
right.
Yeah, I also spent mine, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you're still going to need these." But you told me to spend the Bungie. Make up your mind.
But the thing is I'm running out of Glimmer.
Which
Glimmer broke, dude. So I can't even get rid of all my engrams because I don't have enough Glimmer to be able to turn them all in. So I'm just like, daggone, man.
Well, you know what it sounds
them in
like
for free without focusing, or is that still cost Glimmer?
It cost for the Iron Banner. It was costing 20,000 Glimmer a pop.
To just turn it in, not to focus.
How have you been playing Iron Banner before everybody else?
No, last season. That's why I'm so deficit. I have no more legendary shards. I have no more Glimmer. I can't turn anything in because I've got no currencies.
It sounds like you're doing it wrong, and you should look at that little picture of the engram at the top, where you can just turn it in and take your chances with the slot machine of fate, and because that costs you very little material to do so.
But it's so hard to get what you want to focus. If I'm there to get armor, I don't want to get a bunch of weapons. Well, and if I'm there to get an auto rifle, I don't want a bunch of armor.
Guess what you get for getting all those things and then dismantling them?
Shards and Glimmer.
And It's almost like the playing the game and scrapping things gives you materials to then play the game to get new different things that you want.
Peroty, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like he needs a tip, a trick, a guide, or a build.
It does, and I've got one for you. And the respawn was correct. If you wanted to get Headseeker, you could get it on your Traveler's Judgment 5 Legendary Sidearm. You could get it on the Sununa S16 Legendary Kinetic Sidearm, or the High Eldebo Legendary Kinetic Sidearm. So there are 3 sidearms you can get Headseeker on, and a whole bushel of pulse rifles. So now that I've given you that little tip, give me some tricks and builds.
Well, I'm going to give you loads of videos this week to go away and do your research. So that's not just you two and Hawkslay3r, because he's here as well. But
yes,
everybody out there, you've got to watch some videos this week. So everybody needs to go into the dungeon, because Fallout Plays has a dungeon guide for you. One of his Fallout Plays easy to follow guides. He's got it for you this week. He also has a guide on how to get max loot from doing the coil. So stop rushing and get more loot. He's begging everybody. So those 2 guides will be there. He also has tested out the Thorn to see if the catalyst is any good. And he concludes, yes, it is. But he's made a video on it that you need to go and watch.
Excellent. I have the catalyst. Now I just need to, use it.
Need the catalyst. I haven't got it yet. Also, the Tiger Spy is back. So this is the Dreaming City auto rifle.
But
I've
it's
seen
so bad.
No, but I've seen loads of people, even Astacross has made a video on it saying how good it is. So I've put a video in there from Unknown telling you how better it is. It's better than ever.
Yeah,
True.
but like from a
Then
perk
ever.
standpoint, kind of. But like,
No,
Ever.
I was
I'm
hoping
telling
for
you,
more
everybody.
options.
Ever.
Better than ever. So better than
Ever.
before, so better than ever.
Yeah, a lot of
So
smack.
True Vanguard has woken up and decided to join the party and put out another video on how the Belarus, which is the new competitive pulse rifle, shreds. So we may need to go into the competitive playlist and get one of these because he says it's
they're not
good.
dropping, sir. Did you not remember?
Well, True
what I was-
Vanguard's got one and he says it shreds, so I need to go and get one.
They are dropping now. They fixed it.
Yeah.
They weren't, and now they are.
And our boy Ebontis over on the Last Word podcast has put out the beginner's guide for Season of the Wish. So that may be one to help you get your glimmer and your shards and everything else kind of sorted and get going in Season of the Wish this month. Yeah. Now, anyway, did you know there's some Starcat locations this week, which will probably be popping up every couple of weeks? There are 2 that you can get this week, and Ebontis has a video on those for you.
He does.
And as I said earlier to you about the plus 20 power in the dungeon to make it easier, Cheese Forever has a video for you on that.
Mhm.
And with the dungeon, there are like collectibles in there. There are Ahamkara bones as audiobooks. So you can collect those from 360 Gaming TV, who has the guide for those to collect. Now, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay.
Go
So
on.
the one video that you guys need to watch is Astacross's Solar Supers video, right?
Mhm.
The best DPS. Now, there's a difference between DPS and overall damage, okay? The
Mhm.
best DPS, which means the most damage you can fit in a small window of time,
Per
goes
second,
to the
I'd say.
hunter, right?
As
that's
usual.
Well, hold on. It's the
For the
Blade
moment.
Barrage, and surprisingly, like right behind the Blade Barrage, the Golden Gun is back, right?
Really?
Yeah. The
I like
exotic,
it.
yeah, the Celestial Nighthawk has a bunch of buffs that Bungie mentioned, but there's also a secret buff they didn't mention, and that secret buff is the Celestial Nighthawk now gives, in addition to putting all of your shots in the one shot and doubling that damage, on top of that, you get a 25% damage buff. So, yeah, the one shot that Astacross fired did 760,000 damage.
Dang.
Yeah. Just pow, done, game over, right? And if you go to your seasonal artifact, right? The Heart of the Flame, casting your solar super grants nearby allies radiant and increases the damage of your super for each nearby ally. So on top of the Celestial Nighthawk buffs, you got Heart of the Flame. It's kind of a monster. Right above that, you have Blade Barrage, because Blade Barrage, right? But you got to build into the Blade Barrage a little bit. All right. There's some There's some shards? Fragments. There's fragments and aspects you have to use to actually build into the Blade Barrage, but the Blade Barrage just barely does more damage. I think it was like 776,000 or 780,000, just barely. And the difference is with the Blade Barrage, you actually have to put distance between you and the enemy. I know it sounds counterproductive, but if you're far away from the enemy, it gives the blades more time to track, and you can hit the enemy with more blades than if you were closer up. Okay? So, yeah. So you kind of have to work with the Blade Barrage. But above the Blade Barrage, there are 2 supers that are doing more damage than the Blade Barrage. Okay? Believe it or not, Dawn Chorus. Wait, is that the name of the super? The Warlock super where you sling your fire blades. What's that called?
On Blade.
Dawn Blade, thank you. Dawn Blade does more damage than both of those if you hit him with every blade attack for the duration of the super. It did like 800-something thousand. So it's not a lot more, but it's more. And the king of damage, can y'all guess what class?
Hunter?
Nope.
Really?
Not
Titan.
Nope. Yes. It's the one-shot hammer tornado pillar thing.
Oh, sucker's
Yep.
angry.
That's a one and done, and then you can just run off. So that as a super does more damage during its duration. And then if you add on to that you're probably still going to be shooting them and things like that on top of that. And if you have the Peregrine, no, you can't have that because it's an exotic that gives you the pillar. Never mind. I was going to say if you have the Peregrine Greaves on and you hit him to give him that debuff first, it'll probably do more damage. Which now that I think about it, that's a hell of a debuff, right? So if you hit him with the Peregrine Greaves and then you hit him with your hammer, he did not test that. That might end up giving you more damage than the one shot. Somebody test that. Let me know. Somebody who's kind of tight.
The Pyrogale gauntlets that give you the big giant flame tornado, I think is worth more than the individual super. But we'll see.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, is like Peregrine Greaves, just hitting a boss refreshes it. So you can keep hitting the boss to give him that debuff. It's not really a one and done anymore like it used to be, right? For your flame debuff that you can do to the boss as a Titan, you can continuously jump in the air with the Peregrine Greaves, do that massive boss damage because it does a lot of PvE damage now. Also debuff him, and then continue hitting him with your super hammer solo, right? So Peregrine Greaves plus the full term of the super might actually be a ton of damage. He did not test that. So I'm curious about that, right?
I don't know if you can use it like you think you can use it, but yeah, it's worth.
Peregrine?
I don't think you can use the Peregrine and the shoulder charge while you're in your supers. So I mean, yeah, like beforehand, yeah, before you pop your super, absolutely.
I see.
While you're in either super, you're not shoulder charging.
Okay. To answer your question, operator, from what I saw in the videos that were talking about this, you know that radius of the Well of Radiance, about that distance from the hunter to get the benefit of them being close to you to buff your super. So there's that. Okay. And because solar is such an overpowered element this season, there are two builds, one of them that leans heavily into the golden gun that you can get. There's a video out there, but I lost the video, guys. So what you would do to do the best of the golden guns, you have the golden gun marksman, gambler's dodge, knife trick. Hear me out. Follow with me. A healing grenade, and then you want knock them down on your mark for your aspects, and then for your fragments, you're going to want the Ember of Torches, Ember of Empyrean, Mercy, Searing, and Solstice, right? Obviously, you want the Celestial Nighthawk, 2 hands-on mods so that, you get more super from the blades, because you're going to be getting the blades back almost instantaneously. You're going to continue to throw those to keep your radiance up. Harmonic Siphon on your headpiece, and then
is it the Celestial Nighthawk destroys bosses and gives infinite supers?
Who's it by?
Gaminers, Gmeiners. Sneaky Beaver
maybe?
also put one. The infinite super golden gun build destroys raid bosses.
That was
a month ago.
Sneaky Beavers.
Sorry, his was a month ago, but Gaminers put his out yesterday.
Right.
Don't know if that's the right one or not, but
let me check it out. I'm gonna check my history right quick. It is
Gaminers. That's probably how you say his name. Now that I think about it for 2 seconds,
it might be.
The history will tell you.
Nope. Divide. The YouTuber's name is Divide. Yeah. So there you go. It's made by Divide. It's called This Insane Solar Hunter Build Destroys Everything. Kind of like the same title you got there. But it's made by some guy called Divide. And it's really good. I used it. You could use, because all of your solar weapons are going to have Radiant, and the Radiant is going to cause them to be able to scorch. So even non-scorch specific weapons can scorch with this build.
Oh, we got a floating meatball. Sorry, ignore me.
I tried to. And that's a good build, right? So that's in that. But what you're not going to find is my favorite build that I used this season, last season, a bunch of seasons, right? And it is the Hunter Knife Go Boom. All right. And what that consists is, here we go. You have the Blade Barrage. You have the Proximity Explosive Knife. This is important. And then you have the Knock 'em Down, as well as the On Your Mark aspects. And then Ember of Torches with Ember of Empyrean. And then Char, Eruption, and Ashes. For the exotic, it's heavily recommended you get the Monte Carlo just in case you miss your knife, you can get it back, right? And for the exotic, it's the Caliban's Hand. And for the armor, I'm just going to tell you, you want as many melee focused mods as you can. So you want hands-on, you want focusing strike, you want heavy-handed, throw some charged up in there, stacks on stacks, Reaper, time dilation, and then after that, stack into your discipline just so you can get your grenade back faster because you can have a healing grenade with this, right? And you're going to need the healing grenade because the build is so strong, you can and often get caught in your own explosions if you're not careful. You will clear a room of ads with one proximity knife, and if you're too close, you will also die. It was really good before this season. It's even better this season with all the changes to our knives. And give it a shot. You hunters, give it a shot. It's phenomenal for ad clear. It's phenomenal for damage. I mean, it's just good all around. And this season is just, it's almost toxic. I'm going to tell you, it's almost toxic. But if you're in the Frozen clan, avoid it because you're going to blow yourself up. All right. Without fail. You're like, oh, that guy's way over there. There's no way I'm going to get caught in this explosion. Boom. Well, there you go. So it's really good. And the dim link is actually already in our Discord chat. I put it in the Respawn's Box of Shame, I think. So if you want the dim link to that build, it's our... okay. I lied to you. That was the Void build, which is also very good, but I'll tell you all that next week. It's in the chat. I will dim link the solar build I was just talking about to you guys right now. And that's all I got for this week.
And all I've got's basically the same thing. I basically saw Astrocross's video about, hey, here's one solar build for each class. I took the Titan one because it was, be a big giant flamey tornado, jump in the air and smash down with flame, and then paired that with all of the incandescent mods on all the guns. And said, I'm going to set everything ablaze. And I have been, and it's been wonderful.
Are you using that firewall melee thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm basically using that along with the Paragal gauntlets to make the big giant flamey tornado of death, which I never used. Either that exotic with that super before. It's great fun. And the solar grenade where it just like goes along the floor. So basically, I just say that thing over there, it's going to be cleansed with fire, and I'm going to be over here just laughing the whole time. So great fun. Yeah, Astrocross's video of, hey, here's 3 solar builds, one for each of the season, one for each class for the start of the season. Rolled with that. I was like, this is simple. This is easy. I love it. There's one that I want to play with that I never got the Excalibur. So this build has to be my greatest creation. I quit from Plunder the Booty.
Quit.
This man's really took the respawn to heart and said, "Dear Warlocks, why live in a land of or when you can live in a land of and?"
Yeah, he did.
He said, "I'm going to take all 4 of these subclass elements, mix and match them together, and build you the greatest." I mean, this is his crowning achievement. He's like, "I'm done at this point. Why? I'm going to retire, go out on top. Why even bother at this point?"
Yeah, so he's got
it's
one
insane.
build without changing anything. He's got stasis debuffs, he's got void debuffs and buffs, he's got solar debuffs and buffs. I think the only thing he's missing is like stasis. Because it's strand.
Oh no, there's
strand, void, and solar. He's got going on in one build. I'm like, golly.
So, by using a lot of the updated gear mods, we can take Restoration ×2 from Solar, Woven Mail from Strand, Void Overshields from the Void subclass, and Freeze and Shatter from Stasis. and mix that all into one insane build. So Plunder the Booty, this is his masterwork. He has a couple other ones this week I was going to play with, but I saw that going. I really guess I should finish the Void Over the Vex Caliber mission, because I think it's the Vex Caliber that gives you the Void Overshield piece of that, so you can continue to proc it. Mm-hmm. It's a Warlock build. It's nutty. I mean, he's just the master of his craft anyway, but that's terrifying.
You're not ready for this build. It's funny. And then before that, he's got another one that's just straight Void for the Warlocks, which is really good. 850k damage. 858k damage, guys, right? And he's got another one, which is infinite melee, which I think you just talked about, right, Peroty? 858k damage. And then before that is another pure solar Warlock build. I mean, the dude he's a maniac when it comes to these builds, dude. And I've not found one that just wasn't phenomenal from this guy. And as a matter of fact, when I went to go look for a good Golden Gun build just to see any changes this season, like, he didn't have anything yet for the season, but I used the video he did like 4 or 5 months ago that was talking about Hunter, Celestial Nighthawk as a base. And I was like, man, it's still good this season. What are you talking about? So, yeah, the dude, Plunder the Booty gets a plug every show just because he's amazing. We need to have him on the show one day. I would love to have him and pick his brain on the show.
Loki, I've tried emailing him and giving him y'all's info to see if he would reach out to y'all.
Well, that's not low key. That's pretty high key, right there.
I think we have to beg. We have to beg him more. That's the problem. We're not enough begging on our end. There should be more begging.
Yep.
Well, I think. We've lost Demon. He has had to go off to work. So he is currently working through the good lands of jolly old England, and I have to go off to not work. And you have to go get Hawkslay3r up to level so you can take him through the dungeons. So you can get your lovely rocket sidearms, and then you can rocket sidearm everything.
Dimwit!
Correct.
Noble! I need a carry through the dungeon.
So while Respawn gets carried, I'm going to say thank you to the people who carry us through these shows each and every week. Our lovely Patreons, patreon.com/TTAH. You can be threatened with a good time, like Zeb Orbit and K4. You can dance with the utter dance troupe of the T-Rex, King, Scarlet, KM, BHS, Nightcrawler, Mellomelly, and Dead TWAB64. If you like grenades, and who doesn't like grenades? You're going to throw tons of them. Carter2782, he's got some. Golden God 1562, that dude's got pockets of grenades. We Noble, that man is a grenade. Basically Salt, Zombie Pops, Bernard Calant, Fire Squad 1688. Grenades railing down from the sky. Railing down, raining down. Words are hard, as we established. And finally, Deacon, in addition to working on her Witcher game, building the Day 1 raid team of Dimwee, Gravy Jeff, and PP Pipe. Thank you, you lovely Patreons. We appreciate you each and every week. And I think this is where we're done. So then I say thank you for joining us. Our Titans are Peroty and Nitedemon. Your hunters no one responds in real life. Your man playing catch-up. The one, the only Hawkslay3r. You should email the show at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere as Two Titans and a Hunter. Go to the search box, type it in, you'll find us. Look for the lovely neon dragons, and you've come to the right place. If you'd like to get all of your weekly update videos, your new episodes, what shade is selling this week, and how you can buy dragons from Eververse, go to YouTube and type in Two Titans and a Hunter or twotitansandahunter.com. That'll take you to all the links and all the places. If you're saying those are some cool videos or that's an interesting site you linked, it's all in the show notes, twotitansandahunter.com. And as always, if you want to join the Outer Dance Troop, threaten us with a good time, throw more grenades, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/TTAH. If you want to buy us a coffee, ko-fi.com/twotitansandahunter. And if you want to hear this show in its poorly read live version, twitch.tv/no one responds in real life. And eventually one day, when the world calms back down, twitch.tv/twotitansandahunter for the proper British man and his streaming shenanigans. And I've failed to read this week. You failed to listen to us read this week. Gents, leave the people with any parting thoughts and say goodbye.
Hunter knife, go boom.
Hawk, go squawk.
And there you have it.
Deuce!
Where did he put the robots?
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.